Shout out to Hispanics causing panics.
Shout out to Hispanics causing panics.
Hispanics causing panic. I'm glad to be here.
Hispanics are causing panic, baby. Let's do it.
What's going on, everybody? gfunkyboxing, HCP, Hispanics causing panic. What's going on, A-Rod, Transcendent Sports, Stefan? Make sure you guys don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, all right? But again, that like button, that's the most important thing you can do. You want to support HCP, you hit that like button, all right? Look, man. I'm having a ball, man. Oh, I'm having a ball on these dudes, man. Woo! This is great, man. These dudes are cracking. Some of these dudes are cracking so hard. Some of them are quadrupling, whatever you want to call it, down on this whole Fury cheated. I mean, oh, Josh Lopez, Sergio, what's going on, brothers? What's going on? These dudes, man, some of these dudes are folding. All right. Let me tell you something. All right. I'm going to tell you something. I was over there watching Coach Malachi. Shout out to Coach Malachi, New Media Today, USA Boxing. He's been, man, going in on the LDBC hard. And you know what? I don't feel sorry for those dudes at all. You know, I just don't. But funny thing is, I see a few people in his chat today and the last couple of days who were Glovegate conspiracy theorists, right? And they're in there, and a few people asked them, like, "Hey, man, like, what are you doing around here? You know, I thought you wouldn't be around a channel like this. I thought you were Glovegate." Some of these guys were saying, "Yeah, man, Fury cheated, man. I like what young Pharaoh did." Some of these dudes were doing shows with guys from the LDBC, and when they were going off about it, they're like this, "Yeah, you know, Fury should be banned. You know, Fury should just be banned." Yet they're over there listening to Coach Malachi go in on these dudes who they've been following for all these months. You know, Isaac Bermudez says, last hope is Boo Boo Andrade. Them videos are starting to pump out even more now. Look, here's the thing, man. I'm hearing that now. I guess Wilder's taking this thing to civil court or something. Like, is he out of his fucking mind or what? Like, come on, Wilder, stop it, man. You can't possibly believe. You just can't possibly believe that the things that you said in that video you made are true, man. You just can't. I mean, come on. Sorry about that. I'm back. But, I mean, if you present what you presented in that video as proof that Fury cheated to a lawyer, like, I mean, if I'm a lawyer, I'd probably laugh in your fucking face. I'm not even kidding, man. Stefan says LDBC equals Jonestown, and the Kool-Aid is getting mixed as we speak. I mean, some of them have been drank that and died Saturday night. That's right. Hashtag HCP. Spread the word, man. Spread the word. All right. My brother D-Style Boxing. Imagine getting beat up in a boxing fight, then suing your opponent. I mean, that's what he's doing here, man. Let me tell you something, Judge. The man beat me in the ring, and I'm here to sue him now. And these fans, these channels are out here pushing it, man. I remember seeing a big LDBC channel who was at the fight, goes live as soon as the fight's over. Man, this is greatness. This is greatness, what I saw, man. And I seen no cheating tonight. 3 days later, did Fury cheat? Yeah. Fucking A, he's a cheater. That's right, he's a cheater. And Fury was knocked smooth out in the 4th round. You cannot make this shit up. Oh, God damn. How you go from being at the fight, talking about how great everything was, you seen no cheating, and then 2 days later, fuck yeah, Fury cheated. Fuck yeah. Chicano Prophet, if the glove doesn't properly fit, then you must have quit. The channel is called New Media. Jesus Christ. He's got a long name. Give me a 7, Camacho. I get it for you. Hold on, man. Because I want everybody to subscribe to Coach. He's got a good channel. Give me 1 second. New Media Today USA Boxing. That's the name of the channel. Subscribe to the channel. But he was going in, man. Oh, boy. Here we go. Why did the referee count so slow? That was not a slow count. Okay? Sorry, man. It just wasn't. I mean, you're badly mistaken if that's what you think. And you're probably new to boxing. You know, I don't know who you are. I've never seen you here in my chat before, but that was definitely not a slow count. I mean, I just don't know what you're looking at. And don't let these channels lie to you, man. That's why I put in the title that these channels are a cancer to boxing, because they will say things like, oh, that was a slow count. Fury should have lost. That type of stuff is dangerous, man, because casuals will believe it, you know? Boxing is one of those sports where casuals don't know the rules like the hardcores do, all right? These guys know what they're doing. They're fucking lying to their fans is what they're doing. They're lying. And if you're too gullible to believe it, then you know what? I don't feel sorry for you. Go ahead, continue to support them. Continue to give them money. You need to be subscribing to the real boxing channels here on YouTube. We ain't gonna lie to you. There was nothing wrong with that count. Literally nothing wrong. Wlider didn't go to the neutral corner. That's his fault. Okay? That's completely on him. And you know what I find so funny about the whole thing is we even got guys during the broadcast Saturday night that were giving misinformation. All right? You had Andre Ward crying about, oh, those counts were long. But you know the fucking rules, Andre Ward. Come on, man. Look, man, I love Andre Ward, man. Again, he's from my neck of the woods, okay? We're both from Northern California, all right? I love Andre Ward. I support Andre Ward. I'm an Andre Ward fan. But to sit there and say, Jordan Franklin, shut the fuck up, you little faggot-ass motherfucker. Racist. What did I say that was racist? Literally, what did I say? You just a butthurt little Wlider fanboy. That's all you are. Your king got fucked up on Saturday night. Deal with it. Be a man, all right? Anyway, let me just say this, okay? If you guys thought that was a bad count, right? Let's just say, and there's people that are watching this or that come across as like, oh, that was a bad count, okay? That was not even close to the worst count of the night, by the way. Let me show you guys something. Do you guys remember Efe Ajagba and Frank Sanchez fought on the co-feature? When Efe Ajagba got dropped, let's just take a look at it. I got the video right here. Let's just take a look at it. Look at this. You see that? Now you tell me. Do you see the referee counting? Do you see him putting up fingers counting? Ajagba didn't even get a count. The man didn't even get a count. Look at this guy. Don't play the victim card over here, bro. You came over here and called me racist. Shut the fuck up. Quit being sensitive, all right? Quit being emotional. That's the type of dudes. You go to the LDBC. They like that shit. They love that feminine, emotional shit. We don't do that here. The fuck up out of here. Anyway, Guido, what's going on? Miguel Mondragon, my brothers in the house. I mean, why didn't he get a count? And why don't I hear anybody bitching that Frank Sanchez got screwed out of a knockout? Tell me. You tell me. Damn right, King KO. They on suicide watch. But why didn't he get a count? And you heard the way Andre Ward was bitching during the fight about how that was a slow count. You know, that was a slow count. Let's hear how he sounds about this no count. There's literally no count at all. Let's hear his tone in this one.
Yeah, that could have been handled better. I think the ref lost his equilibrium in there and just really didn't know he didn't count. I think he was a bit confused on what the call should have been. And it is difficult.
I think the ref lost his equilibrium. Joking about it, right? Andre Ward was being so biased that night. So biased. Yeah, he was crying. You got a wrench, Guido. Go ahead and put that link in the chat, brother, so everybody can see it. Go ahead and drop it, man. But yeah, that's fun and games, right? But Sanchez, I mean, was he robbed of a knockout? Like these guys been saying? The referee literally didn't count. Not one. Not even one. He didn't even pick up the count from the timekeeper, which is part of the rules. And I find it funny how these guys all of a sudden want to be all about the rules and shit, right? Oh my God. Hilarious, man. But I mean, that's not all with Andre Ward, all right? Do you guys remember hearing this before during the Sanchez and Jogbe fight? Listen, I'm sure you guys remember hearing this, right?
Moved from the Power Locks gloves to the MX gloves. I am told that they were on the approved list. They were factory sealed, and so they allowed it to happen.
Factory sealed, right? Which is true. And you know what? Those gloves are legal, MX. You got morons like Blue Blood talking about, man, the MX gloves are legal. MX gloves are illegal. Shut the fuck up. Oh, man. I clearly fear the LDBC. Bro, I've been on LDBC channels. LDBC channels have been on my channel. I fear nothing. All right? Nothing. Go talk to them. Go ask Stormy B-Man, Reggie Owens, BFTB, if they know who G Funky is. Go ask them. This is where real men come to talk boxing, all right? Anyway, those gloves are legal gloves. There's nothing wrong with them, okay? Don't let these guys lie to you, say that they're illegal, okay? And what's funny is he says that they're illegal, yet when Wlider decides he wants to wear them, it's all good, right? He has nothing to say about it then, you know? But here's my other problem with Andre Ward. Listen to what he says right here when they asked him about what the difference is between what Wilder's gloves were before and what he's going to use now. Check this out.
On the gloves and the change of gloves. MX gloves, what are they exactly, Andre? Well, the Power Lock gloves that Deontay Wilder wore in the last fight, they're all foam. The MX gloves have foam and horsehair. So those are the same type of gloves, even though it's a different brand that Tyson Fury wore. That's why you see the indentation, and people say, oh, those gloves look worn. Are they really? That's what happens when you have horsehair. The horsehair moves around in the glove. So now Deontay...
Wrong. He's wrong. Listen, it's easy to say to somebody, and a casual can easily believe that. Well, if there's horsehair in the gloves, that's true. It can move around. Wrong. See, this is why HCP had a glove expert come on the channel so that we can understand these things, okay? Jordan, do me a favor. Why don't you go over to those LDBC channels and ask them why they never had an Everlast glove expert come on to their show and explain to them how gloves are made and what they're made out of. Go ask them that. You know why they didn't? You want to talk about fear? They didn't do it because they feared what they were going to hear back. That's why. Over here in HCP, we looked for the answers and we got the expert on. Okay? And if you look at Tay Jones's pathetic video of the glove selection meeting where he's trying to act like, well, I've never seen no gloves that look like that. You ought to be embarrassed, bro. You're a professional fighter. You know what horse-haired gloves look like. Okay? Not to mention, Wlider has worn horse-haired gloves before. Okay? And we showed you guys that already. He knows it. He tried to act like they're illegal or something. Like, come on. Anyway, listen, I'm going to share my screen real quick. I'm going to let you guys listen to, because in that video with Tay Jones, right, they literally had to cut a glove open for this guy, for this pendejo, all right, and say, look, there's nothing wrong with these gloves, okay? Look, here's what's inside, okay? Puerto Rican rum in the house. They cut the glove open to show him what's inside, to show him, look, there's nothing wrong with this glove. Why are you bitching? Stop bitching. There's nothing wrong. They even showed him the tech pack that's inside of these horse-haired gloves, horsehair-informed gloves. And that's there for a reason. That's so you can't manipulate the padding. That's why they put them in those packs. Okay? And I'm gonna let you listen. They are not illegal. Shut up. What are you talking about? They are not illegal, and that is not why Madonna couldn't wear. Madonna was paid money to not wear those gloves. And the expert that I talked to, here's where you fucked up, Jordan. Okay, the expert that I'm getting ready to show you the video that I interviewed, he talked about that. Okay, there was nothing wrong with those gloves. Mayweather was just too fucking pussy to fight him in those gloves. That's all it was. So why don't you get your facts straight, okay? Because you come over here, you're going to get cut with the facts, all right? That's what you're going to get. Now, I'm going to share my screen. You're going to listen. You're going to learn something tonight, all right? That's what you're going to do. Listen to what this glove expert has to say about how the gloves are made. Listen to this.
Yeah. So I want to ask you some questions now about Everlast and some of the gloves.
Okay.
Now, I'm no expert in this field at all, but I have put on different types of. Yes, you are exactly, and that's why I got you here.
Let me turn on the light real quick.
Sure. I put on gloves. I've put on different types of gloves before when I was young in the gym, training and stuff like that. But we have issues sometimes with fans that don't really know much about gloves. So as far as Everlast goes, do you guys, I feel weird asking this question, but do you guys make more than one type of glove? Are there different stuff that goes inside of gloves? Because people think that there's just one type of glove that just goes all around the boxing world.
So let me temper this by saying I won't talk about any other else's brand, whether good or bad or anything like that. I'm not going to shit on them. It's not my style. They can shit on me all they want. I don't care. They can shit on my brand all they want. I don't care. I won't do that. I'm not going to stoop to that. So what I'll say is we have MX Powerlock 1910 Elite. Yeah, I mean, so currently we have four different models. We have the MX glove, which is our Mexican glove. It's a foam horsehair combination with a soft what we call planchetta leather. It's a softer leather than your normal glove, which is a regular rawhide.
You hear that? He just described to you what they're made out of: foam and horsehair and a soft leather. And the reason why they're made with soft leather is so they can be flexible, so that the fighters can parry shots. Fake news. Look at this guy. You just can't handle the truth because you're nothing but a sheep. That's all you are. This man works for Everlast. He's a glove expert. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
We also have our Elite, which is kind of similar to the MX, but with a harder shell, harder leather. We have our Power Lock, which is a all foam glove with a detachable thumb, so that you can have a free roaming thumb. And then we have our new glove, which is the 1910. That's a remake of an older glove we had. We streamlined it. It's a thinner profile. It's got the detachable thumb for that way, so that way you can like comfortably tuck it underneath. That's an all foam glove. So we have 4 models. We have a 5th one coming out. We're waiting, final development to send out. But yeah, so we have 4 different models of fight gloves. Now we also have umpteen different models of training gloves, ranging from kids all the way up to professionals. But those are the 4 models of fight gloves we have.
I want to ask you a question here, really quick.
So look, D-Style is going to ask a follow-up question about the MX glove. You fucking moron, okay? The man's name is Ernesto Gavion. All you got to do is look him up. You'll see he works for Everlast. This is no random guy, you fucking troll. You fucking moron. The fuck is wrong with you? Learn something, bitch. All right? Now listen.
MX glove. It seems to be a quote-unquote, not in my opinion, but according to some YouTubers on here, a controversial glove that should be illegal.
That's Blue Blood Sports, by the way. Who's MX should be illegal,
right? Can you describe the MX glove? Why would a boxer want to wear MX gloves, and what process do you guys go through to make sure a glove can be legally used in a professional prize fight?
Okay, so the MX glove is a foam and horsehair glove. It's handmade in Mexico. It's actually made in Mexico. It's not, we don't call it MX and make it in Indonesia. It's actually handmade in Mexico. It uses a softer leather, like I just described earlier. It's what's known as a tech pack is what's the inside. So now a lot of people think that, you sew up a glove, you stuff stuff in it, and there's your glove. But no, it's actually not quite like that. It's actually, a glove is made up of a tech pack, which is a kind of a nylon insert that has different compartments where you put different materials in it. Once that tech pack is created, then it slides inside of the glove, and then it's sewed up, and so now you get the actual layout of a glove.
You hear that? The tech pack. So you cannot manipulate horsehair. You can't move the horsehair once it's inside the tech pack. Okay? For you lame ass fucking troll in the chat, you dumbass. Matter of fact, subscribe to the channel so you won't be a dumbass no more. So you can fucking learn something. All right? That's all you got to do. Subscribe so you'll learn something for once in your life, okay? I know it's hard, but sit your ass down and learn something. All right? And Andre Ward, you're dead wrong. Okay? You cannot move the horsehair in the MX glove. You can't do it. That's a lie. So the thing is this, man. We have to attack this kind of information, because look what it does to guys like Jordan. Turns him into a sheep, a fucking brain dead zombie. I know they move the pad. You cannot move the padding. The guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Exactly. Hurt his hand. He should have just used his power lock, the all foam. He would have had a better chance of hitting Wlider. I mean, hitting Fury with more punches. He did say that. There, I'll play it for you again. Listen.
Thoughts on the gloves and the change of gloves? MX gloves, what are they exactly, Andre? Well, the Power Lock gloves that Wlider wore in the last fight, they're all foam. The MX gloves have foam and horsehair. So those are the same type of gloves, even though it's a different brand that Tyson Fury wore. That's why you see the indentation, and people say, oh, those gloves look worn. Are they really? That's what happens when you have horsehair. The horsehair moves around in the glove. So now Deontay said, okay.
Wrong. Wrong. Shout out to my boy Black and Brown Boxing. Subscribe to Black and Brown if you're not. They could for him saying bullshit like that. They really could. And you know what? I wouldn't feel sorry for the guy. I wouldn't, you know? But I get it. You know, he's got to make money. So he's got to feed red meat to his brain dead zombies. All right? But I mean, again, let's just picture Wilder bringing this shit to a lawyer, right? They're going to ask him, are Fury's gloves illegal? Are they illegal gloves? They're going to have to say no. They are not illegal. So what's the problem? Well, the problem is, his glove bent backwards. Like, what do you mean it bent backwards? Show me what you're talking about, okay? Oh, the glove was bending, right? They're going to show him this right here. And what did Wilder say in his video? It's impossible for a brand new pair of gloves to do that, right? Impossible is what he said. Okay. So, anybody that doesn't know anything about this story, right, is going to say, okay, well, has there ever been any other examples of a glove doing that? I mean, let's just take a look. I mean, look at this. Here's Canelo against Amir Khan. Now, they're both wearing Everlast gloves here. Canelo is wearing MX Everlast. Amir Khan is wearing Elite. Now, Ernie just described both of how they're both made. He said the difference is that this Elite glove that Khan's wearing has a tougher leather than the leather that the Everlast MX does. It's more flexible. Again, here's another picture. Look at that. Bending the glove back. I've already showed you guys these pictures, right? Look at, again, MX glove is bending back, glove's bending back, glove is bending back. I mean, it's impossible. He said it's impossible, though. You know what that means? That it can't happen, won't happen, will never happen. But it does, right? Look at this. I believe this is Joseph Parker. I could be wrong, though. But look at that glove. Now, I can't tell what type of glove that is, but again, look, that glove is bent back. Let's take a look at this. Devin Haney against Gamboa. And he's wearing Grants, which are all foam gloves. Look at that. So, I mean, why would any lawyer take this case? Here we go again. No padding. Oh, don't worry, Chief. I got you. I got you, Chief. Don't worry about it. You stay right there. How does that look? That glove looks like it's got a lot of padding to me. I mean, did they remove the padding during the fight somehow in the corner? They took it off? You telling me they took the glove off within 60 seconds? They took the glove off, untaped it, untied it, pulled the padding out, put it back on, tied it again, and then taped it all up again. That's what you're telling me, Jordan? Is that what you're telling me? Stop being a dumbass. Stop it. You got nothing. Look at that glove. This is the end of the fight. What's wrong with those gloves? The fight's over right here. He's celebrating. I mean, a lawyer's going to be like, look, Deontay, I mean, let's just move on from the gloves, okay? Were they approved by the commission? Were they approved gloves? Oh, yeah, they were approved. Okay, how did they approve it? Well, there's a glove selection meeting where Me and my team get to pick up Wilder's Fury's gloves. You know, we get to put our hands inside. We get to touch them. You know. Okay. Did you find anything wrong with the gloves? Well, no, not on that day. But they probably did it in the locker room. Okay. Well, explain to me the procedure then on fight night. Well, the commission they assign a glove inspector to a fighter, right? In this case, Tyson Fury. Whoever that glove inspector was has to stay with him the entire time. You're right. He did get a bigger beating this time. You're getting blasted with facts, bro. Anyway, the glove inspector stays with Fury the entire time. If Fury has his hands wrapped, right? And he says, well, I got to go take a piss. Or I got to go, take a dump, whatever. That glove inspector is going to be right there with him. That's his job. He has to watch him just in case something happens, okay? He's got no case. Look at this. All you got to do is show this picture. Look. You see that guy standing in the middle with the burgundy coat? That's the glove inspector. You see Wilder's representative there while they're putting on the glove. There is no case here, man. What is he? I mean, any lawyer would be a moron to take this case. The GOAT. They're talking about Wilder's going to take him to court. He's going to sue Fury because he thinks he cheated. That's what I'm talking about here. We're talking about the evidence. What evidence could Wlider provide? Now, all this stuff here he said himself in that video with the piano playing in the background, talking about silence is golden. So if that wasn't proof, right? All the pictures with the red circles around the glove, if that's not proof, then he must have something else. And I want to see it. I want to see it. They are a cult. Big time, man. There's literally no case here, man. I would laugh in their face if they presented this to me. And these are all honest questions that somebody would ask, right? That knows nothing about this whole thing. The evidence he would present, I would be like, okay, I mean, this is... I'm sorry, man, but there's no case here. And a lawyer will tell you straight up, look, I'm not taking this case. This is going to be a waste of time. They're probably going to make you pay court costs if you take this thing to court. They're going to make Wilder pay money to the court because he's going to be wasting time. They're going to waste his court's time with this. Yeah, he's trying to take him to court, the GOAT. He's living in a dream world, man. Wilder is. I don't know what the hell's wrong with this guy, but he cannot be serious. Look at that troll made another account. Shout out to my brother D-Style with the $2.99 super chat. Appreciate you, man. We gonna kill this shit, man. HCP, the home of real boxing talk, the home of the truth. All right. But we're not gonna let this shit ride. And that's why I said, Andre Ward, man, I'm not gonna let you get away with that, bro. I'm sorry. And you were all sad and shit when Wilder lost. Like, did you see his face? When you seen Lennox got excited when the knockout happened, like he's just sitting there. He was biased last night, man. He was biased. Yeah, he's suing him. He's going to sue Tyson Fury. And he's got no case. Zero. He's got zero evidence. I mean, we just went through the whole thing. There was no egg weight found. Right? If he wanted to prove that he was drugged, he could have easily just did a drug test on his own. He could have paid the money to do a hair follicle test. You know, that goes back a lot farther than urine does. He could have easily proved that. You know why he didn't do it? Because he knows he wasn't drugged. Just test the hair. I mean, shit, I've had jobs where they made me test hair. And it's no sweat to me because I don't use drugs. You know? He could easily done that and said, "Hey, look, I got the report back. I had this in my system, right?" But he didn't do it. He didn't fucking do it. Because he knows that's not the case. But this shit is a cancer, bro. Now they're talking about the long counts and shit. Like, learn the rules, man. And why isn't nobody bitching about Frank Sanchez not getting a knockout? Because the referee didn't even fucking count when he knocked down Ajagba. He didn't even count to 1. He does have a better case, Guido. That's true. But again, Wilder's going back on his word. Remember, he said, "No, I'm not. I don't want." When people ask him, "Why don't you just take him to court?" "Nah, man, I want it back in blood." That's what he said. That's not my words. That's what he said. Well, you had your opportunity, and you lost. You got beat up again by Tyson Fury. It's about time you just tip your hat and say he's the better fighter. And you weak-ass LDBC channels pushing this garbage need to do the same. You need to be a fucking man and just say that Fury's the better fighter. Apologize to Mark Breland. Be a man. Stop acting like, "Oh, he held him and hit him, and he hit him behind the head." Wilder hit Fury behind the head. You want him to be disqualified too? These guys are expert on, that's cheating. Holding and hitting is against the rules. You know what else is against the rules? Not going to a neutral corner when you knock your opponent down. And according to the rules, if you don't go to the neutral corner, the referee stops the count. This is elementary. And this is why these channels are a cancer, because they will tell these new fans that Fury was knocked out and that he got a long count. Elementary. We all know that that's the case. You go to the neutral corner. Wilder didn't do that. But it's only for the narrative, man. Because again, look, let me show you guys this. Again, look. A jog bite gets dropped right here by Sanchez. Look, referee's telling, look, go to the neutral corner. Now look, you tell me if the referee, you see the referee counting? The man's not even counting. Look. According to these Wilder fanatics, the fight should have been stopped. He was knocked out. Them dudes are a cancer, man. I don't give a shit what you say. I don't give a damn. Don't act like you don't know the rules, all right? Why don't you go tell them to stop fucking lying? Tell them that. And why didn't they make a big deal about that? The motherfucker didn't even count to 1. What's up with that? Let me ask you, John Boxing, are you upset that Frank Sanchez didn't get a count? Are you mad? He knocked him down. He didn't get a count. We're going to put an end to this garbage, man. No more of this bullshit, man. No more. Talking about a long count. They know the fucking rules, man. But they don't want to tell the truth. And that's why they're a fucking cancer. Cancer. And we're not going to ignore this shit. We're not going to. We ain't letting them off the hook. They just want to move on, right? Oh, such a great fight. First off, it wasn't even a great fight. All right? But that's the thing. Oh, it was a great fight. I'm so glad that it happened. Now let's just move on. No, we are not moving on. Major, keep boxing with the $4 super chat. Saludos. Forget these clowns like talking to walls. I mean, look, I'm not trying to change them. They're never going to change because obviously it's for money. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get fans on board with real boxing talk. Major Key, that's what we're trying to do. The garbage that's coming out from those channels needs to be put to a stop. It's a cancer. Anybody telling you that Fury was knocked out in that fourth round is spreading lies. And they're a cancer to boxing. They're trying to kill the sport, man. And for what? To protect Deontay Wilder? To protect their pockets for super chats? No, we ain't letting that shit ride. And those channels said they were going to bring out proof. They said the third fight was going to prove that Fury cheated. Well, I don't hear them retracting that shit. Wilder got his ass kicked. This is the home of the truth, man. And you're going to get it whether you like it or not. We all know the rules. They know the rules. They know the rules. And we here to talk to anybody. I don't give a damn who you are. You talking about the count was long? You don't know what the hell you're talking about. They are, but we trying to save the sport, man. Because boxing is a hurt sport. I mean, look, the heavyweight championship of the world was on the line Saturday night, and they got just under 600K. Like, that's not very good, man. When I was growing up, when the heavyweight championship was on the line, millions of people were buying the fight. Millions. And we had the black box back then. I know you guys don't forget about the black box. I know people talk about streaming and all that shit nowadays, but don't forget about the black box. Yet we were still getting millions of people to buy when the heavyweight championship of the world was on the line. People have given up on boxing. And people spreading lies to casuals about this fight is going to make it worse. We're not going to let that happen. They're going to be accountable for what they say. And that's the bottom line, whether you like it or not. I see the channel, they said Fury was knocked smooth out. But why was the count long, Big Dog Willie? Don't ignore that. Tell me why the count was long. You tell me. I want to know. I'm waiting. I'll wait for you to answer. You complain about a long count, but tell me why the count was long. And did you see that when a Jogba got dropped the fight before, the referee didn't even count, not one time? Are you upset about that? I'm waiting to hear. Yeah, that's being generous, King KO. 3 rounds is being generous. I only gave him 2. Yep. He was all wobbly and shit. Like, the fight should have been stopped, man. But that's what they wanted. They wanted him to get knocked out. Well, I'm asking you a question, big dog. Why was the count long? Don't ignore that. Just answer the question. That's it. If Fury got a long count, explain to me why he got a long count. And you damn right. We'll talk about what we want to talk about, John Boxing. All right? You want to go back and make videos about me? I'm here now. Talk to me now. I'm right here. Right. This is the new excuse. Countgate. These motherfuckers need Count Chocula and shit. Shout out to my man Punch Drunk. He said, get the count from Sesame Street. 1, 2, 3. Ah. That's who they want to count. Andre Ward said it, so that means it's true? You're not answering me, John. Create a narrative? What are you talking about? I don't see anybody giving Fury their credit. Explain to me why he got a long count. Explain that to me, John Boxing. You want a link to come on? I'll give you a link right now. You explain it to me. And you're still not answering my question, Big Dog Willie. Why? Tell me why. You don't want to answer the question. There's the link. I'm waiting. Let's go. I'll wait. But I want somebody to explain to me. They're acting like they don't know. I know it's hard, Big Dog Willie. I know you're a big Wilder fan. Look, that's cool. That's cool. But don't act like you don't know the rules, man. That's all I'm saying. Don't act like you don't know the rules, man. It could have been stopped. Boxing Yoda, I agree. I feel like Wilder took too much punishment. But that's the way he wanted to go out. So that's not my fault. It says your device is not connected, John. I see you backstage, but you must be having some internet issues. Come back on. I'll be here. I'll wait. But we got a bunch of channels out here lying, man, talking about the count was long and that Fury should have been knocked out. Well, I ain't got all night, man. If you get home by the time I'm still on, you can come on. Just let me know. If not, John Boxing, I'll tell you this. I'm live every Monday night, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. All you got to do is email me. My email is this right here. Let me put it on the screen. gfunky84boxing@gmail.com. All you got to do is email me. I'll get you on Monday night. Don't rush home. Drive safe. But if you're home by the time I'm still on, you can jump on. But I like how they're conveniently acting like they don't know why the count was long. That's the funny part, We know why. Real fans know what the rules are, man. They conveniently want to act like they don't know. Thank you, Fight Doctor. Thank you very much, Fight Doctor. And I'm going to tell you something, Jordan Franklin, you can't come on unless you show your face. I don't just let anybody on. I know Big Dog Willie, and I can see Big Dog Willie, and he's here right now. You got to show your face, Jordan Franklin. No, I see you putting up the faggot pictures in the background. Let me kick this. Let me kick this troll out. Okay, what's up, Big Dog?
What's happening? Hold on, I need to sit down somewhere. Just got done doing something.
Look at Big Dog at work.
Yeah, I know.
What'd you think of the fight, man?
I don't know why you say it wasn't a good fight. It was a good fight. I don't know why you didn't think that.
I seen the fight was a good fight up until round 4, and that was it. Fury took over on my scorecard after that.
I think the reason why you said Fury was carrying him, I think he said something like that. And I think the reason why was because what's his name was talking about that. He didn't want to go back in. He didn't want to take any risks of getting hit again. That's why it took him extra 5 rounds to get him out in 11. I think Fury could have got him out early, but I don't think Fury wanted to take that risk of getting popped again.
It's possible. Okay,
so I don't think so. Okay.
Hold on, give me a second. If this is black and brown, show me your face. If not, you're gonna get kicked out. Okay. All right, that's him. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. So go ahead, Big Dog.
Yeah. So for you saying it's not a good fight, I think you're just saying that, to be honest with you. Or maybe you think that way, but it was a good fight.
Okay,
I mean, just the fact that Wlider was surviving as long as he did and trying to fight back, I think that was commendable of him. Now, I'm not going to cap and say, no, Fury is the better fighter. It took me, I thought he was always the better fighter. A better boxer. I thought Wlider can beat him with the power, but he didn't. So, I had to eat my crow and be like, okay, but I'm gonna say like in the 4th round, the count was long, but I didn't give that any credence of like that's the reason why Wlider lost. That's all I'm gonna say.
But tell me why it was long. I want to know why. Why do you?
He was on the canvas for more than 10 seconds. That's why it was long.
Okay, but why did the referee take long to do the 10 count?
Because supposedly Wlider didn't go to his corner fast enough.
Well, that's not supposed. He didn't go to the neutral corner. He went to his corner. Okay. That's the problem. You can't do that.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, supposedly he went to the wrong corner, and then the count wasn't restarted on the same count as the person outside the ring was on the count. That's basically what happened. But I'm not complaining about that.
But here, let me tell you something, Big Dog. When a fighter goes down, the timekeeper outside, he starts counting, right?
Right.
Once the referee picks up the count, the timekeeper is completely out of it now. Now it's strictly the ref's count.
I understand.
But the referee stopped his count to direct Wlider to the corner.
I understand that.
So that's why.
It was still a long count.
But
whatever you say or not, it was.
But that's not. It's not like he was helping Fury. It's because
Who said he was?
had
I
to
didn't say
strip
he was.
Wilder.
Who said he was helping Fury? It was a long count.
Okay, I
He made
understand that.
the referee made a
But was
mistake.
it
I don't
against
think.
But was it something illegal? Was it something to help? Because that's what I'm
No,
hearing.
I
I'm hearing
think
that
no. It was
cheating. That's what
no.
I'm
It
hearing.
wasn't. Fury wasn't cheating. He had. I don't think Fury was going to plan on getting laid out and then cheat on the ground. That's not how. If that was his plan, that was a dumbass plan. So, it wasn't cheating. No, he just had a long count. Who cares?
Yeah, and Wilder got a long count as well in the
He
third
did.
round. Yeah.
I don't know if it was long. It wasn't longer than Fury's, but it was longer. It was longer than usual people, but it wasn't longer than Fury's.
Now, if you're not saying that's because I'm hearing that Fury should have been knocked out, that he was knocked out
No,
because
he
was
wasn't
on the
knocked. No,
ground
he wasn't knocked out.
longer than 10 seconds.
He wasn't knocked out. He wasn't knocked out. He had a long count, but he wasn't. If he was knocked out, he'd be on his back,
Exactly.
and somebody would be picking him up, and then that's a long. No, I don't think a long count is different from being knocked out. So that's why I put it.
Yeah, I heard channels today, LDBC channels saying Fury was knocked smooth out. I'm quoting exactly.
Why are you paying attention to those channels?
Because they're lying to people, bro. We can't let them do that.
Oh
you
my
know what
God!
that's doing? You know what that's doing to our sport? That's driving
You talking about other channels, and then you hear other channels say a bunch of other things. I think one thing that if you guys keep your hold on, I can't be so loud.
Yeah, you don't get in trouble.
No, if you guys I think honestly you guys keep your content separate instead of going to other people's channels. I really honestly think that it looks from my standpoint, it looks better for you guys.
Well, let me tell you this. Let me tell you my story, right? The person who said that today was actually at the fight. Now, he went live when the fight was over, and he said this was the greatest fight he's ever seen. He said there was no cheating. And then 3 days later, now he's talking about there was cheating involved and that Fury was knocked out in that fourth round. Man, you can't let that slide, bro. We can't let that slide. These dudes got to be men and give Fury his credit.
But why? I give Fury. But why would you care about what he says? Especially if you know if it's not true.
Again, it's the same
part of the same community. We're part of the same boxing community.
No. You can say we're part of the same community, but this is like some kind of fucking Democrat Republican type shit. That it doesn't. And you can argue all damn day.
That's a great comparison. And guess what?
It's like you can argue all day about this shit.
That's a great comparisons. And what do Democrats and Republicans do? They go at each other.
So brother,
you brought the comparisons up. You compared them to Democrats and Republicans, and that's
no. I know
that's what they do. They go against each other all day, every day.
Yeah, but it's going to just go at each other. Nobody's going to go at each other and try to prove that anybody's wrong. You're all either on one side or another when it comes to this.
Well, if G Funky is choosing to debunk false narratives, and that's what he's choosing to do, brother, I don't think it's cool that you guys come on his channel and tell him you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. Why don't you go to the LDBC and tell him to stop lying?
I mean, because
tell him to stop lying on boxing. Tell him to stop.
Hold on. Slow down.
Tell him to stop calling Mexicans spics.
Hold on. Wait. Slow down, dude. Slow down. Why are you jumping on me?
Because you're telling G Funky what he should. No, I said. And
I said,
I think he's
your last time
justified for doing what he's doing on his channel.
That's your opinion.
Yeah, and I'm
okay. So don't come at me. And tell me what I should do. Don't tell me what I should do.
You're telling G Funky what he should do.
I said, you listen to me.
I was
giving my opinion,
and I'm giving you mine.
You're yelling at me.
Okay, I'm yelling my opinion at you.
Don't yell at me.
To be honest with you, Black and Brown always yells, bro. It's just
I always yell, bro.
He always yells.
That's how he talks. I just want to say something really quick before I go. I gotta go, right? Look, I understand this whole or I don't. I do and I don't. Okay. If a content creator says something, we have every right to respond to what is said, right? We're not talking about their personal life. We're not attacking them personally. We're not calling them names. We're talking about a boxing opinion, and we're keeping it boxing. If people don't want us to respond to their boxing opinion, especially if they're wrong, then don't be wrong. Don't tell people that there's no neutral corner rule when there is, or don't pretend it doesn't exist. Don't tell people incorrect information about gloves if you don't want to be corrected about it. We're boxing content creators, and if people are saying things that are inaccurate, we have every right to correct it. Okay, so for people that come on and say, "Oh, but why are you doing it?" I don't think you should do it. The ones telling us what to do is you. You're telling us what we should do or not do, right? We're not telling anybody what to do or not to do. We're responding to information that's being put out there. That's all we're doing. We're not, nothing more, nothing less. And if someone says incorrect information, we're going to respond about it.
We have to. Because
we're content creators. False information is being put out. And guess what? When I give people information, I tell people, you know what? Look it up for yourself. Do not take, don't take my word for it. Go look it up. Look up the information, right? So that's all that we're doing at the end of the day. If you don't like our opinion, like if you don't like G Funky's opinion, that he feels that some of these channels are a cancer to boxing, right? That's your opinion. You have your right. You could put in the chat. You could say they're not a cancer to boxing, and this is the reason why. You could give that argument if you want. But what you can't do, and what people are not going to do, is come tell any of us what we can or cannot talk about. We could talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about. And we talk plenty of boxing. That does not revolve this topic at all. And what I find strange is I'm tired of seeing people only pop up when we're calling people out, and we don't see them anywhere when we're talking about a prospect, we're interviewing a prospect, we're talking about other boxing fights, we're talking about Navarrete, Joel Gonzalez, and nobody's around. You know what I mean? So we talk plenty of boxing. You know, so that's
John
all.
Boxing, so I hope you're not saying that I don't.
Your face in the back, John Boxing. If not, I'm gonna kick you out.
I hope you're not trying to say that I don't come to your channel and stuff like that until this thing, because that's not true. I come to your channel as much as I can.
No, I mean,
like, don't put that on me.
Well, I just want to make sure everyone's aware and they know at least my stance, and I'm pretty sure that the Chief Funky is going to co-sign. If that is John Boxing, I don't know if that's him or not in the back. The reason you're being asked to show your face is because there's a bunch of dudes out here that do weird things. They show dick pics and stuff. That's why you need to show your face.
Homosexual pictures in the back. So you got 2 seconds to show your face. If not, you're gone.
Like you don't have to be on camera. You just have to show your face backstage so he knows it's you, and then he can let you on.
Show me it's you. If not, you're gone. All right, he's gone.
I wanted to speak on the whole glove situation real quick. You had a picture up a second ago of the glove inspector.
You gotta show me your face, John.
G-Funky, you had a picture of the glove inspector a second ago, didn't you? Mm-hmm. And the glove inspectors they work for the Nevada State Boxing Commission or the State Boxing Commission. That's who they're employed by. That's who they're there for. They're state workers. They're actual state workers. So if there was a problem with the gloves, Wlider would not be suing Tyson Fury directly. Wlider would be suing the WBC, and he would be suing the Nevada State Boxing Commission. But do you guys notice how PBC or Wlider never called out the Nevada State Boxing Commission? Nobody from the PBC ever came out and asked to change the state, to change the venue. There was never that discussion. Nobody from the PBC, not Al Heyman, nobody came out and said, we need to change this to Atlanta, or we need to change it to California, or we need to change it to New York. That was never a discussion. And that if those gloves were really tampered with and there was issues with the gloves, that's where the blame would lie. The blame would lie on the Nevada State Boxing Commission. But that was never addressed. Not one time. They put the blame on a guy, on Fury, who really, if he cheated, he couldn't cheat by himself. He couldn't have cheated by himself. He would have to be in cahoots with the WBC and with the Nevada State Boxing Commission. But guess what? Wlider fought in the same city for the same exact belt. So if they cheated him, why does he keep getting in the ring with the cheaters? Why does he continue to get back in the ring with the cheaters? Why would you fight in the same city underneath the same boxing commission? It makes absolutely no sense. This is actually a casual ass conversation to have, my opinion.
I agree. And I mean, it's casual as hell just to act like they don't know the rules. Like their neutral corner rule doesn't exist. I mean, that's something we can't let slide, Big Dog Willie. Like our sport is all fucked up, man.
Like, can I ask you some questions really quick?
Boxing, I put the link back in there. Go ahead.
So I just want to ask you questions in regards to the account, right?
Okay, hold on. I can't hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, so are you familiar with Showbiz, the boxing channel?
Yeah, the guy that try to analyze everything, but sometimes he's wrong. Yeah, I know about him.
Well, I guess all of us can analyze things and be wrong, right? Including me and yourself. You could be wrong too. We're all human, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna.
Okay,
Yeah, but I don't look at. I don't look at. But think about it before you start with this. Before you start with this.
What I'm trying to get at, he posted a video where he's using a timer and the count of Mora, right? And when he gives, like, when he does the count for Wlider, it's long, right? It's like 1, 2, 3. Wlider got up like at 3 or 4. He counted up to 7. Then he told Wlider to get his hands up, right? By the time he got there, it was over 12 seconds. Okay. So it wasn't like when he got to 7, right? Or 8, something like that. So it was around the same pace. Do you have, like, what do you understand about the neutral corner rule? If you could kind of, and if you don't, you could just say you don't know, but like, what do you understand about the neutral corner rule?
I just know after the knockdown, the fighter who scored a knockdown is supposed to go to the neutral corner. And if he doesn't go to the neutral corner, the count doesn't go as right as it should go. That's what I know about.
Okay, so the rule specifically states when a boxer is knocked down, the referee shall direct the opponent to move to the farthest neutral corner of the ring. Now, that's why you notice almost every time when a fighter gets a knockdown, almost every time, right? Like they kind of like jog to the corner because they don't want to give any extra count to the opponent, right? Fury, same thing. You'll see it in multiple fights. They immediately go to the neutral corner. The referee shall interrupt the count and will not resume the count until the opponent returns to the neutral corner. Mora just enforced the existing rule. Now, I personally called the Nevada State Athletic Commission. I did not mention the name Fury. I did not mention the name Wlider. All I did was ask him about the rule, and they confirmed that, yes, that's exactly how the rule works. And they also directed me where to find the rule on the WBC website, where to find it on their website, right? So and I kind of looked at it, reaffirmed it, and all he did, the reason he stopped, right? He said 5, and then he noticed that Wlider was not in the neutral corner. He said, hey, go over here, and you actually notice Wlider actually went to that corner as quickly as he could, right? Because Wlider knew he's not going to continue the count until I'm actually in that corner, right? Then he turned around and he said 6, 7, but what's interesting is Fury already started to get up at 5. When he said 5, he started to get up. Fury would have beat the count anyway. Now, I know you're saying that the count is long, right? Now, in my opinion, Mora counts a little bit slow. And that was actually proven by Showbiz. He does count a little slower than even Jack Reese does. But that's just how he counts, right? He counted slow for Wlider. He counted slow for Fury. The reason that one was longer, about 2-3 seconds longer, was because he took that moment to tell Wlider to go back to the neutral corner, right? But Fury was already on his feet by then. So I think that's the reason you're getting pushback about it not being a long count.
I understand what you're saying. I mean, that makes sense to me. I still think it's a long count, but it makes sense. I mean, it doesn't, but I'm not saying, this is what I'm saying. I thought it was a long count, but it didn't affect the fight, the outcome of the fight. That's all I'm going to say.
That's fair.
So all this yelling and arguing and shit, I don't know why, but I'm going to state that. That's my opinion.
Look, I don't like to vouch for other dudes because they could vouch for themselves, but I'm telling you right now, Black and Brown always yells.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. I just want to yell at them back. So it's just,
he yells at his mic at work. It's just like he's yelling at his mic. It's what he does.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
it ain't
cool.
personal, big dog. It ain't personal.
Oh no. But
even when I'm on the phone with Black and Brown, he's like, "Yeah, what's going on, G?"
No, it's cool. It's cool. I just don't like being yelled at. But I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to respond to you like a person. I know you like to yell. That's easier for me to understand.
Cool. Well, here again. Here's the thing, man. Like, if you don't think that he was knocked out during that 4th round, then you know what? I agree with you on that. He wasn't. But there's channels that are pushing that narrative out there, man, and we just can't have that no more, man.
I think this is what I think, and I understand what Black and Brown saying, what you're saying, D-Style, and what you say, Gene Funky, that you have to. If somebody pushes a narrative, you want to debunk and everything else. My whole deal is this. I told you this last week. I think you guys are better than that, and I don't think you guys need to do that because your point is a lot of times your points are already proven. That's why I said that.
Do you like it when people come out and like you work at a hospital, right? Do you like it when content creators on YouTube lie about like nurses and people that work in ERs and they give out false information?
Well, the thing about it,
and you appreciate when people like debunk them and like, no, that's not how it goes down. This is how it works, right?
Well, I mean,
the thing about COVID is fake, or if they say COVID is fake.
Okay, okay. First of all, this is. I mean, I understand what you're saying. I know what you're trying to get at, but this is a sport, and one is about your life. I mean, about your life, this is real life. So, I think like about COVID is there's no subjective to it. It's a disease and it kills people. About the boxing it's not 10 seconds. Somebody counting. There's no rules when it comes to COVID.
Yeah, but I mean, we're just keeping it boxing. We haven't personally attacked. We haven't like doxed anybody. We haven't
hold on. Give me a second. John Boxing, I see you. Look, there's a link right there. A few comments above your comment. Once you come backstage, all you gotta do is turn your camera on, wave at me. This way I know it's a real person. Then you can turn your camera off. The problem is I got these guys coming here pretending to be you and other guys, and then they show me a picture of some guy's genitals. All right. And I'm not gonna have that on my channel. So
that's some BMX dude.
Just show me your face. That's all you got to do, real quickly. Go ahead.
That's a fact. That's a fact, big dog. That's a fact.
That's some BMX dude. Yeah.
That's a fact.
You're not backstage. I don't see you backstage, man.
I actually agreed with everything.
Trying really hard not to yell right now. Like he's like.
Yeah, I know. I know. You hear me? I actually agreed with everything Big Dog Willie was saying until he started telling G Funky that he shouldn't be doing this. But I thought it was a great fight. I thought Wlider, even though he was gassed, I thought he was dangerous the entire time.
There's no John Boxing here backstage. I don't know if that's a troll account in the chat or what, but look, there's no John Boxing back here. So
John Boxing, you may have to, if you may have to close it and then
you probably have to close it and bring it back up.
Hey, I thought Wlider fought his ass off. I thought he just was fighting a big. I've thought this since the second fight that the size really matters in this fight. And he's fighting a bigger man with skills, and the shit matters. And when you get into the heavyweight division, there's no weight limit, so it just is what it is. The part I didn't like, not from you, Big Dog, but just all around, is Fury not getting no credit from half of the fan base, and I think it's toxic for the sport. I think Fury needs to be getting his credit for what he accomplished. And making up false allegations to discredit him, I just think is bad for the sport, man. I think it's like horrible for the sport.
Can I give an example, Big Dog?
Go ahead.
When Andre Ward beat Kovalev, right, and knocked him out, and channels were coming out saying, "Oh, he cheated. He was doing illegal tactics," and they were saying that Kovalev was weakened. They were also saying he was drugged and all that. Okay?
I don't remember all that, but
PP said it. So like I could tell you the name of the dude that said it. But my point is, okay, and plenty of content creators on here know who said those things, right? Right? And he cheated. He was hitting them below the belt and all that, right? I came out and I spoke about it, right? Like I spoke and I said, no, he did not hit him below the belt. Like when you look at the fight, the ref said right here is good, and it was around the belt line, and that's where Ward was hitting him, right? So it's nothing new for me to come out and speak out against false information, right? Like that's just nothing new to me. And if I'm doing it with what Wlider fans are saying, that's just too bad. I'm just doing what I've been consistently doing for a long time on here. I haven't changed. I'm just doing the same thing I've always been doing.
And, hey, Big Dog, what's funny is he brought that up. I was doing the exact same thing you're doing right now when I heard his video about that. I was literally at work and almost got fired because he didn't. Okay, now he's showing his face. There we go. All right, you can turn your camera off now, man. That's fine. At least I know it's you now.
I don't know how to turn this camera off.
Just all you gotta do is on the bottom. Just there you go.
Oh, you clicked off.
He's not connected. No, he's still there.
I think he X'd out, or if he's still there, you can just bring him back up.
It says his device is not connected. But once you come on, John, all you got to do is hit the camera icon on the bottom, and then it'll turn your camera off. That's it.
Yeah, well,
But
now
yeah,
you
I
know
was
it's
at
him.
work. I was at work and I was listening to his video and it was hilarious. I almost got fired because I wasn't supposed to be on my phone at that job. But but it's true. It's true. These guys were saying that they were saying almost a lot of the same things that the Wilder fans were saying. Like they were saying,
You know what else they said?
They said they weakened him somehow.
Like,
some
what do you
way.
mean? Like all of a sudden, Ward couldn't crack an egg, and all of a sudden he knocked out Kovalev. Like they were saying a lot of the same things.
Mm-hmm.
Let's watch this in slow motion, and he's always holding and cheating. They were saying a lot of the same things.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's consistent, man. But look, here's the thing, man. I feel like these dudes who all came out here, like D Style said, they wanted a trial by combat. They got that. They said that it was going to prove that Fury cheated. Well, it turns out everything's on the up and up. Third fight, and Wilder got knocked out. So these guys have to be men of their word and give credit. That's what I kept hearing. I'll give Fury credit as long as he does it fairly. Well, I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that. They need to be men of their word.
I give both fighters credit for putting on a great performance. I thought Wilder fought his ass off. Even when he was tired and gassed, he was still dangerous. He knocked that big ass dude down 2 times. And I thought, hey, he showed major heart all the way to the end. He wanted to go out on his shield, and he did that shit, and he proved it. So
exactly.
if we can just get past all this extra bullshit, both fighters deserve credit, man. Both.
Is that you, John?
Yes, man. Good afternoon, people.
That's you. Okay, good.
Yeah, good afternoon. I just wanted to comment on that because I was in traffic heading to the gym.
No sweat.
But,
no sweat.
Yeah, I just want to comment on that that long. I don't think it was a long count, but I think people are making a big deal over it. That's why it's rubbing me the wrong way because, I mean, no one's pulling that out their asses. That's something that was said by Andre Ward, and like when I was listening to you earlier, I was in traffic. You kind of made it seem like this is what we're coming up with to making an excuse for Wilder, but this was actually said during the live fight. This is what Andre Ward had pointed out. And, people are going to talk about that. People are going to be like, yo, that probably was a long count. I'm a Wilder fan. I'm a little bit salty, but I gave Fury his credit. At the end of the day, it was a great ass fight.
But you know what Ward didn't say?
What was that?
He didn't talk about the rule that Wilder wasn't in the neutral corner, and that's why.
And I heard you guys addressing that, but I mean, this is something that people are going to talk about. But at the end of the day, I'm subscribed to a lot of people, and all I've been seeing is people giving Fury credit. I mean, check out BFTV's little video he made about Tyson Fury. It's just dope. I
heard him today say Fury was knocked out cold in that 4th round.
Nah,
those are his words.
BFTV got something about us fire.
He got what?
I just don't like that because when you talk about Wilder fans, you're basically talking about me because I support Wilder. I like him a lot. But at the end of the day, I gave Fury his crown. Fury is the number 1 champion.
I just want to, like, I'm speaking for myself, but I usually do clarify, and I say not all Wilder fans, but I'm talking about the ones that do these conspiracy
fanboys, the crazy ones,
right?
That can't accept the loss. That said he cheated.
I think BFTV accepted the loss. I don't think
today he said Fury cheated.
No, you have to look at it. He put out a video and it explains everything. He put out a video giving Fury full credit.
Big dog, I'm telling you the truth, man. I listened to him. Right, him and I used to be cool back in the day.
But I don't think you looked at the whole thing.
No.
Because honestly,
he was live today at 2:30 my time. I'm on the West Coast.
I know.
Right?
I'm on the West Coast too.
Yeah, I listened to the first 20 minutes of his live. He said Fury was knocked smooth out.
Did you listen to? Okay, I think when BFTV talks, I think you guys listen to his words and you guys just don't eat it up like that. Okay, if you look at the video afterwards, he put on afterwards. You go back and go look at his channel. Look at the video afterwards. You can see that he gives him full credit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in fairness, we don't have time to listen to every single moment, right?
But you can't grab one part and be like, oh, this is that. If I did that with you guys,
can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Because my channel is getting attacked, and everybody know I'm a Wilder supporter. I support him. I made a video. I want to say a couple of hours ago, and my thumb downs ratio is crazy. You got people in my comment section like literally disrespecting me, And I'm not even LDBC. You know, I affiliate with them. They're calling me LDBC Wlider fanboy, and like I'm by myself. You know, I'll do my own thing. And when people talk like this, you know, I guess create narrative about Wlider fans. This is the type of treatment I get, and I'm not even LDBC. You know what I'm saying? And I like I said, I fuck with Wlider, but when people talk about Wlider fanboys, you know, they go to Wlider channels, Wlider fan channels, and then they disrespect the content creators. If you look at my comment section, I'm being called the N-word, everything.
They disconnect the subs too.
Well, I can tell you this, man. D-Style and myself, we used to do shows with LDBC channels, right? Mainly,
Yeah, I know.
I'll just name one, Stormy B Man, right? And the last time D-Style and I were on his show, we talked about the possibility of the third fight happening, right? D-Style and I both said, look, he deserves his third fight. I said, I think he should take a tune-up or two before. And just because I said that, I was called all kind of racist shit in this chat. Those are the type of people that I'm talking about. And there are a lot of channels that say things like that. Oh, if you don't believe that Fury cheated, we really know what that means. We really know. What does that mean? That means they think that we're racist against Wlider if we don't believe that Fury cheated. Now, if you ask me personally, who do I like better, Wlider or Fury? I'm going to tell you Wlider. I relate to Wlider. Him and I both had daughters that were in the hospital when they were first born. I can relate to his pain. I understand what he went through when he became a father because I had to go through the same thing. But what I'm going to do is I'm not going to come out here and think and pick with my heart. I'm going to pick who I think is going to win. Right. And that's Fury. I picked Fury in the third fight. And because I said things like that, I got called all that type of bullshit, man. So, I mean, it goes both ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let me speak on something real quick too, man. It does go both ways because I'm a huge Devin Haney fan, and I've fallen out with some of my buddies on YouTube because I refuse to let them discredit Devin Haney. And my Latin fan base calls me all kinds of foul shit. And that's coming from my Latin fan base. Because I refuse to discredit Devin Haney and I refuse to let them discredit Devin Haney. And I'm called wigger. I'm called all kinds of foul shit, bro. So it goes both ways, man. It goes both ways. You gotta stay true to yourself. Man. That's it. That's how I look at it. If you ain't gonna fuck with me because I represent Devin Haney, then don't fuck with me. And guess what? People are not fucking with me because I refuse to choose sides. I'm not choosing sides. I'm not here to play no racial bullshit. I'm a Devin Haney fan, whether you like it or not. And my Latin fan base some of them don't like it. And they won't fuck with me no more because I refuse to get into this Tiafimo Devin Haney war. I'm not doing it. I'm not getting into it. And they want to stay in this Tiafimo war, Devin Haney war, and I'm not doing that shit. And I've lost supporters, man. Straight up. I'm not only lost supporters, I get called foul ass shit by my Latin fan base. So it is what it is, man.
I get called a lot of stuff by the Latinos that are subscribed to me as well because I'm not a big Canelo supporter, you know? I mean, I like what he's doing now. He's going for undisputed, but I have my opinions on him, you know, and they don't like it. And you know what? Tough, whatever, you know, like I'm not going to change my opinion to please anybody, you know, but I'll say this. You guys said that BFTV said that he made a video where he gave credit to Fury. I'll go and check it out.
Yeah,
but I'm just telling you what I heard today. He said that Fury was knocked smooth out in that fourth round. And that's just completely false.
But G-Funky, never mind. I'll talk to you about offline. But I think you can't hang on with every single word, and then especially if you want to listen to like 25 minutes of the show, you don't listen to the whole show. You can't hang on it like that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm subscribed to a lot of people, and all I've been seeing is people giving Fury's credit. I mean, maybe last year that wasn't the case, but after Saturday night, I mean, we had to eat our crow.
I remember last year.
Huh?
Last year, Glove Gate wasn't a thing for like a week later.
Yeah,
because
last year, the narrative was the same. Like he lost,
right?
And Wlider needs to work on things. He can't just rely on his power. Great win by Fury, and then the young Pharaoh. Well, first the floppy glove thing from the first fight started to come out. Then young Pharaoh took it on. And then it kind of just snowballed out of control from there.
I mean, so when you look at that, I mean, if we're seeing something like that, who wouldn't talk about it? I mean, like I said, for a whole week, we were, the Wild.
Nobody's saying you can't talk about it, but when there's good logical explanations for it, and we're met with resistance, right? Obviously, then it's going to be a back and forth, right?
Chicano, if that's you, show me your face real quick.
But guess what it did, though? Can I say this? Guess what it did? It gave us a great fight. It gave us a great trilogy because Tyson Fury basically proved that he did not cheat. And again, I'm subscribed to a lot of people. And
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that.
You know, what was that?
I don't think he has to.
I'm glad you said he didn't cheat. That's what I wanted to hear.
He didn't cheat. He proved that he didn't cheat by beating Wilder in the third fight.
I'm glad he said that. I didn't think we needed those false allegations to get a great fight, man. We could deal without that.
It helped the sport, didn't it?
I don't think we needed the allegations.
Yeah, that helped the sport. The fight helped the sport.
It sure did.
The allegations.
No, well, hold on. But I don't think we needed the allegations for that fight to have been, what it was. Like the fight would have been the same fight anyway.
I think the vigor in between, the spite between each other, made the fight great. Nobody in that fight, Fury and Wilder, could have sat down after the first time they got knocked down because they both got blasted.
Yep.
And they had heart, and they came at each other. And those two men have out anybody the fights I see in the last 5-10 years. Those guys came out with straight heart. That was some Holyfield Bowl type shit.
Yeah.
I don't think the fight was as good as you guys think. I felt like Fury took over.
I mean, what I'll say, Chief Funk, is that you are in the minority when it comes to that, brother. I hope you know that.
That's fine. But I mean,
that's all I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you right now.
It was exciting.
Like Hagler Hearns, do you believe that was a great fight?
Definitely, yeah.
That was only 3 rounds, bro.
Because that was back and forth, though. That's my point.
Well, this was back and forth. Look, again.
For a couple of rounds, though.
That was only, hold on. Chief Funky, how many rounds was Hagler Hearns?
3 rounds.
That's all it was. If just picture this for a moment, the same thing, first 3 rounds. What you just said was a great fight. If let's say instead of getting knocked out, he got back up, Hearns, and then it just became a beatdown from Hagler for another 10 rounds.
Not a good fight.
But it's the same thing happened in the first 3 rounds.
You
have to acknowledge that what happened in the third and the fourth was epic as fuck.
That was exciting. I'm not saying that wasn't exciting, but what I'm saying is
it was good enough.
After that, I felt like Fury took over.
Yeah, but see, I think what it is Fury couldn't come in, like I told you, Fury couldn't come in recklessly, or he couldn't come in like he wanted to because he knew he can get popped. That made the fight interesting after that.
I agree, bro. The danger that Wilder was holding in that right hand still kept the intrigue in the fight,
But for me, I'll just say for me, it didn't look like he had his legs, so I don't think he would have been able to get enough leverage.
Why did Fury didn't close in on him? Why Fury didn't close in on him?
Fury was cautiously aggressive. There's no doubt about that he was. In fact, he admitted that Sugar Hill had to motivate him to go for the stoppage. You know what I mean? He wanted to kind of box him and stay away. But I will say this, regardless of anything, okay? Regardless, this is what HCP is all about. As you could see, we just had a disagreement. This happens far more often than people think. Okay. So I literally just disagreed with my own co-host on something, right? We do it all the time with each other. Why are we not going to do it with any other content creator here on YouTube? Right?
Yeah.
We're here to talk boxing. We have not talked personally about any of these content creators. We're talking about their boxing opinion, right? Now, when it comes to BFTB, I have no issues with BFTB, okay, at all. But personally, I don't know him personally, right? And he could feel how he wants to feel about the fight. Now, I'll admit that I have not watched the full content because I don't have time to watch everyone's stuff. I just don't, right? Like all of us, I'm busy. I'm doing other stuff. I'm doing my own stuff. I try to listen when I can, how I can. But if I'm listening to 5 minutes, right, and I hear, oh, they should have waved it off. I don't understand why the ref didn't wave it off. He was taking way too long with that count. If that's what I'm hearing, that's what he said. It's just one of those things, right? You can't say one thing on a live and then one on a video to clear it up. I just think the message should be very clear that you think Fury won. There should not be any insinuations. It's my opinion, right? That something else happened, That's just how I feel about it, like personally. And
Yeah,
BFTB knows that I completely disagree with him about Glovegate, and he's got no issue with it.
As
No,
long
I don't think
for
we'll have an
me,
issue
for
with
me,
it.
as long as there's no cheating allegations, then I'm cool with anybody's opinion. Because if you have a favorite fighter and you're kind of in your feelings that he lost, then you can say whatever you want. But as long as you're not accusing of the Fury of cheating again, then I don't really care, man. I don't really care what they say.
Look, like if there's no proof that Mark Brilliant drugged them, then I think a lot of these channels here recount what they were saying. That oh, we know he drugged them. Okay, he's a traitor. He betrayed, Wlider, all this other stuff. Come on, man. That's a hell of an accusation to make about Mark Breland. And I have not heard anyone retract a lot of the stuff that we're saying.
Okay, so you say, okay, so if people believe that, I mean, why would they retract it?
Why would you believe something when you have no proof?
People do it all the time.
Because a lot of them were told that proof was going to come out.
If they believe it, why would they retract it?
Wlider could prove it himself. Like I said,
you got to put context into that.
But Big Dog Willie, I told everybody, Big Dog Willie's a serial murderer. Like, is that right? Can I just go around saying that?
No. I'm not. What I'm saying is this. I believe you're talking to me. You're talking to me. And this is why I want to say, because I always get lumped in with the LDBC too. And I always, and it's like, oh, well, he thinks this way just because I listen to Wlider content. But I don't agree with Wlider content at all. Some people I just don't agree with, and I don't agree with a lot of them. Like some of them, I just completely disagree with them.
No, that's cool. But like what I'm saying is that this is not like saying Mark Breland drugged Wlider is not a boxing opinion, bro. That's not like just some normal thing to say.
That's a serious accusation.
And I think some people are desensitized to these things that are being said, and they think it's like normal because that's the echo chamber they're in. So I think it's important to keep pointing it out so it can kind of people can like snap out of the fact that, that's not normal. Now, I have seen some, in fairness, I've seen some people that have come out and said, yeah, this Mark Breland thing, I don't know about that, right? But I just feel that some channels out here,
including me, I said that. Including me, I said that. That's reaching. I said that personally on this channel about Breland, about the whole Breland thing. I didn't ever say that.
But I don't think it's out of line to just call out people that said those things. I'm not saying you. I'm saying I don't think it's out of line to call them out. I don't.
Well, no, I'm not saying. So it's like the whole Trump thing, or like the whole thing when people believe that it's stolen. What I'm saying is it gets tireless. It's tireless. It's not. If they believe that, it's not going to change. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
John Boxing, you wanted to say something? Go ahead, man.
Yeah, I see where all you guys are coming from, but this is how I'm looking at the whole situation. The third fight was huge, and us boxing fans, we won. Okay. And the reason why it was so big is because of the whole allegations. Now, let's say if there wasn't any allegations, Wlider got beat down in the second fight. Who would want to see the third fight? I mean, nobody. If there were no allegations and we saw what happened to Wlider in the second fight, nobody would be interested in the third fight.
All right, John. So you're saying that the allegations helped sell the fight. That's what you're saying, right?
Yep. So
now that they sold the fight, should they retract?
If they believe it, no. If they don't believe it, yes.
That's exactly what I was saying. That's exactly what I was trying to say.
I want to ask you, John. I want to ask you, John, something. I want to ask you something. Now, a lot of the LDBC channels that push the Glovegate narrative, they're much bigger than all of our channels here. I mean, even combined. Why do you think that they never got a glove expert to come on and explain to them those images that they were saying was proof that Fury had padding removed and that he had his fists in the wrist area? Because we went out of our way to get the guy from Everlast to come on and explain to us. And I just find it kind of funny that they wouldn't want to talk to an expert about the glove situation to get the facts on what gloves are made out of and what they can actually do.
I mean, I can't answer that question, but I could tell you that they had professional boxers showing them how.
Yeah, they did.
Work. I mean, it's like.
Can you name me the professional boxer?
What's his name? What's the name did it? What's the name showed him?
Was it
Joey Spencer? Joey Spencer came on there and said it. He showed him.
So Steve Cunningham.
Yeah.
Well, Steve Cunningham used a glove with Velcro to
No, but Joey
show.
Spencer came on there.
And Joey Spencer put on a MX.
Joey Spencer sat there and was telling the history of how they do it. You had to look at, was it 78 video?
Joey
It might have been
Spencer
78.
was still in his daddy's nut sacks. Okay, when Emmanuel Stewart was training world champions.
Hold on.
How would you know what Emmanuel Stewart was doing?
No. Okay, no, he wasn't. Okay, he wasn't using.
How would you know what those fighters were doing when he was still in his daddy's nut sacks?
See, D-Star, why are you getting all upset? I was just telling you who said it.
Yeah, but so we got to believe Joey Spencer, like some young.
No,
prospect?
you asked what boxers came on there. I told you what boxers came on there.
You were convinced. There, right? Let me just ask you this: are you convinced by what Joey Spencer said?
I got a question.
I'm convinced by what Joey. But like I said, I don't know what happened. I'm not gonna believe it. I didn't see it. There was something fishy about it. I can't prove it, so I'm not gonna go with it.
You guys are undermining. You guys are undermining the Nevada State Boxing Commission.
That was in the first.
Black and brown. The boxing's crooked as hell. So whatever.
Okay. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, Big Dog Willie. So if we're gonna go that route, then why fight in the same state? Why didn't PBC come out and ask to change the location of the fight? If the Nevada State Boxing Commission is dirty as hell, why do we never hear anything about
every boxing commission? Boxing business all over the world is scary. You probably make more money. You make more money in Vegas.
Oh, so then he sold out. Okay, then he sold out for money. Then he didn't care. Then
I wouldn't.
Okay, so who does care? Huh? Who does care? Are you serious?
Okay, Big Dog Willie, the floppy glove was from the first fight. You acknowledge that, right?
Huh?
The floppy glove was from the first fight.
I said about the second fight.
No. Joey Spencer was saying that fighters put the glove in the wrist area, and that's something that was known.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
okay, but that was from the first fight, though. That was from the first fight.
Now, if you see this image here, this is the Wallin fight. This was before he trained with Sugar Hill. Before he had Sugar Hill in his corner, and you see
but it wasn't about Sugar Hill.
But G-Funky, the glove is from the first fight where Wlider was not knocked out. That's what's fascinating to me. Like the most fishy glove, quote unquote, is from the first fight.
I bet Joey Spencer was talking from the second fight where you put your wrist into your hand into the
That's the first fight.
The floppy glove was from the first fight. All the
that's the floppy part, not the floppy part.
But see, here's what got me. The second fight. It's when they unplugged the camera. That's what got me.
So what did they do?
Why they did that?
But John Boxing, here's the thing. There's no requirement that you have to have the camera on. That's just for the TV, for the audience.
Yeah, JD's was there.
And I mean, it's not the first time. I mean, I seen Alexander Usyk do that when he fought Derek Chisora. He put tape over the camera. I mean, are we going to say that he cheated there or did something there?
Wilder just did in the last fight.
And we see
we
the
had no access to Wilder's dressing room.
And we see the picture here.
Fight. I'm over and done with it for me. I mean, I accept that Tyson Fury is a better fighter than Deontay Wilder.
But here's the thing, though, and here's why, like Big Dog's like, well, why do you have to get so? I'm passionate about it because he started lies, right? Like just saying, well, it looked fishy to me. Yeah, but you got to be a little more careful how you say it now. No,
I mean we can't call.
Well, I think what it is that people have this opinion about him because he wasn't. See, one thing about Fury where he messed up is he does lie, and he hasn't been clean in the past about certain things. So that will always raise suspicion against him.
Okay, that's fine. So there's one thing is to be suspicious. Another thing is to keep accusing. Right? Those are two different things.
Well, I keep accusing. So
you're making an assertion. You know what you're doing when you say, "Well, that definitely looked fishy." Okay, but how about adding? But now I don't think he cheated. How about just adding that part? So we got a more clarification.
And
unless you do feel cheated. If you feel cheated, just say
if he has a history of cheating in the past and the dude's a cheater, then why fight him in the first place? And then why fight him a second time? Because after the first fight, he still had his belt. He didn't have to fight him a second time. So to call the dude a cheater in the past, this dude's a known cheater, a career cheat, then why even fight him in the first place?
But all these things were true before
all
the
these
first
things,
fight.
before the first fight. All this happened before the first fight.
I'm not Wilder. It doesn't matter if he came before the first fight. I'm not Wilder. and I can't make the decision for it. I don't know what's going through his head, so I don't know. So you can't have me make this decision and that make opinion for him. But I'm just saying, just in general,
some of those things up. But
no, I said just in general, when you have a checker pass, that will always follow you.
I mean, that looks like a nice.
But you can keep bringing that up, but somebody's gonna look at it and be like, "So
okay,
still
so
don't
how
look
about
right."
this? How about this, Big Dog Willie? Just go on record. Do you think he cheated?
Which one?
Like, do you think he cheated Wilder?
I don't know.
What is it that you don't know? Like, what is
I don't know. I don't know for sure because the thing about it, I can't prove it, so I don't know. I think there's something fishy going on, but I don't know.
Well, by that logic, how do you not know Wilder didn't cheat?
Yeah, we could use that towards every fight.
Anytime.
Hold on. How do I know?
Anytime.
Huh?
Literally anytime we could use that. Say, well, I don't know. I mean,
no. What I'm saying is I don't know if he cheated or not. It looked fishy, but I don't know if he cheated or not.
Okay.
Okay. So if I say that, that mean that I'm sitting there and rapping and being like, oh, he cheated. No, I said I don't know. It just looked fishy.
I want to ask Big Dog and
but Wilder never been accused of cheating.
Well, but hold on. I want to ask you, Big
Dog, and he has never been
caught
of cheating.
I want to ask you guys a question, right? There was a petition going around saying that they wanted people to sign to overturn the fight, and they had a picture of Fury's wrap saying that there was blood on the wrap, so that means that he had an egg weight.
Yeah, what was he ever caught for cheating or tampering with like with the gloves like that? Because the Christian Hammer fight, I believe his corner told the ref that there was something up with the glove, and then they fixed it.
D-style is like I said.
Shout out to Punch Drunk. Yeah. So hold on. Shout out to Punch Drunk for the $4.99. It says, "Saludos mi gente. God bless. Thank you so much." Punch Drunk Boxing.
You know what you can do, Big? Like here's just this is my opinion.
D-Style, let me ask him a question. Both of them. There was a petition that was going out that had a picture of Fury with his wraps all bloody. They're saying that he had an egg weight and that it busted his skin, and that's how they know he cheated, right?
I never even heard that. I didn't like you asking us questions. I didn't even hear this.
Okay, that's fine if you didn't hear it. I'm just asking. That's all.
I didn't know there was a petition out, but that
yeah,
because that he wears big fat earrings. The same thing happened in the third fight. I think Fury just ripped his ear open or something like that.
Okay.
So, but I was going to say something before you guys carried on. I'm going back to that first fight. This is what raised my eyebrow, and I know we're not talking about the first fight, but this is what raised my eyebrows when I seen Tyson's Fury hand wrap. Okay, now I used to box as an amateur. Okay, Mike Dallas is one of my closest friends. When you put on a boxing glove, you don't show any of your hand wraps. That's like putting on a shoe with ankle socks. When you take your shoe off, you can see your ankle socks. You saw at least 2 inches of Tyson Fury's hand wraps. I'm talking about on the wrist area. And that only
plenty of pictures where you can see it.
Huh?
Well, there's a lot of pictures of fighters.
I've seen plenty of boxers where you could see
their palms exposed when they wrap.
No, not their palms. I'm talking about the hand wraps on the arm area. You know when you wrap your hands, you wrap it past your wrist and you wrap it, somewhat towards your forearm.
You mean like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Deontay Wilder.
Just like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can we drop it now, or are we going to keep going with it?
I gave Fury his credit. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting you know what I thought about the situation. I gave Fury his credit.
Okay.
I said he proved that he didn't cheat by beating him the third time. That's
you said, okay. Well, I mean, I am glad to hear that. John Boxing, I'm a big fan of yours, man. Been listening to your content for a long time. Oh yeah, bro, I've been listening. But I gotta say, like, dude, I hope you don't mind me kind of saying this. Along the way, I mean, I feel like sometimes you've kind of built the tension. Now you're telling us like, oh, hey, it was good for the promotion, right? But I mean, I think everybody should be entitled to talk about this. This was something that was brought up like in the media, in commentary. And on top of that too, like, the Latinos were accused of a lot of things that it just wasn't fair to us, in my opinion, bro. And I think there were people stoking those flames. So after a conclusion of a third fight, in my opinion, I think it's fair game for us to be able to address it.
Yeah, I'm not saying you shouldn't address it. No. What I'm saying is because, like, again, I'm not a part of LDBC. I'm a Wilder fan. But the way I get attacked, you know what I mean? Like I said, I made a video, I want to say a couple hours ago, basically saying that the knockdown crap, the long count is not a conspiracy. That is something that was said by Andre Ward, and people are talking about it. But when people are saying, oh, these channels are, pulling this shit out their asses, now they're trying to use the 10 count for an excuse. I'm like, wait a minute. Nobody is saying this is the reason why Deontay Wilder lost. This is something that was said by Andre Ward. And when I talked about it, people came at me heavy, calling me the N-word, calling me a LDBC, calling me a water fan. I'm just like, wow.
Well, there's no excuse for you. You should not be being called that. But what I think is going on here is people want to hear people give Fury the credit that he deserves. And it's not just he's not getting it. After the second fight, it was false allegations. It was this, it was that. Now after the third fight, it's the long count. And when can we just give this man his full-blown credit with no excuses, no bullshit, just straight up, this dude's a fucking monster.
As a boxing content creator, look, I get death threats.
Hold on, D-Style. Let me address the super chat. I got a $4.99 from Davey. Says, Big Dog Willie, do you believe Wilder had a hole in his skull?
He would have been dead.
A hole in his skull?
Like the dent that they said he had.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Okay.
Why don't you ask a doctor? You're around the
rebel in the back.
Yeah, come on, Big Dog Willie, man.
Show me your face.
Well, I mean, I didn't. The dent in his skull. Yeah, who cares?
This shit's hilarious.
He fought with it. If he did,
I just want to say what I was going to say.
I mean, skull looks pretty fine right there. This is before the fight, so I mean. And look, I haven't heard anything about him having a surgery to fix.
But this is the thing about it. When you bring that up, it just sounds like it's like hate the other way.
Hey, salute to Big Dog though. He got to answer all the questions.
Okay, so Big Dog, do you think?
No, because it was out there. It's a legit question, Big Dog.
I need to ask
got to answer all the allegation questions.
I want to ask Big Dog a question.
John Boxing.
Why don't you believe in? And that's just like it. Answer.
Do you believe that no matter what Fury does, right? Because this is, if I'm following your logic, no matter what happens moving forward, if he wins a fight, if he's accused of cheating, then hey, he cheated before. Why wouldn't he have done it today? Like,
no, I do not know. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that he has, like I'm saying, that is just like with Canelo. You have that black cloud hanging on you.
Is there an asterisk for his Wilder win?
It's not asterisk for this fight. No.
Oh, but just
he won. He won the fight. Mm-hmm. Plain simple.
Is there an asterisk for the second fight?
For the second
fight? Like I said, no. He is in the record books. He won.
All right.
But what I'm trying to say is this: when you have that backpack, that background behind you, just like Roy Jones Jr. got caught with it, and Sugar Shane Mosley, and it goes on and on and on and on. It looks just like Margarito, which you guys don't believe. It looks bad.
Oh, but Big Dog Willie had to go there, man.
Soul Rebel in the back. I need to see your face before you come on. All right. I'm gonna put an overlay, but if you don't show me your face,
I mean, it goes. It's like
what Deontay Wilder said about the fight. He actually said something about.
All right.
He said,
"Thank you. You can close your camera now."
They're saying that he had an egg weight and that it busted his skin.
You got background too, so make sure you turn off your YouTube in the background. But go ahead, whoever was talking.
You asked those questions. I didn't even hear this.
Okay, that's fine if you didn't hear it. I'm just asking. That's all.
All right, you got to unmute. You have to mute that window that's playing the YouTube. So Rebel.
Hey, John Boxing. Now that we have you on, dude, would you mind if I put you on the spot and ask you a question, if that's okay with you, dude? I would love to know, like, why you were hating on us about having a good time with Canelo hitting Plant with the 2-piece and snatching his soul. You seem to have a real beef with that, man. You know what I mean? I just want to know what's up, bro. What's up?
Okay.
I knew he's gonna bring up Canelo at some point.
I couldn't help it, man. But I like John Boxing, for the record, y'all. I love his content. He riles me up sometimes, but he's one of the few people I stick with. You know what I mean?
This guy. I don't. You said he didn't hit Canelo. He didn't hit Caleb Plant with a 2-piece. I mean, he slapped the shit out of him though. But
because I said, like, can you admit that he took his soul from me?
I asked him the question, Davey. He said he doesn't know. But yeah, Soul Rebel, you want to say anything? Well, I got you on. I'm gonna close up here in about maybe 15 minutes. So go ahead and say what you want to say. You still there?
He's muted.
He's sleeping.
I'll unmute you.
Yeah, man. I'm here.
All right. What do you want to say? Go ahead.
Hey, so y'all were asking John Boxing earlier. You said to him, "Do you believe in the allegation?" Or maybe that was Big Dog, and he said, "I don't know." My only thing about that is a big part of their reasoning, and not these guys in particularly, but I'm talking about people who did buy into Glovegate. A huge part of their reasoning for believing in Glovegate was the way Wilder's body language looked during the second fight. The thing about that is in the third fight, he looked very much the same. Yes, he had a little better stamina. Yes, he landed a couple good shots. He was able to slip in a few better shots in the second fight. But that was a huge debunker as far as, Deontay being potentially drugged before the fight or gloves and all this. Wilder looked about the exact same, except for a little bit. He got to stay in as long as he wanted to in this fight.
Yeah, I agree. And the second Luis Ortiz fight, he's clearly looks groggy before that fight and takes a while to get going, but nobody seems to talk about that either.
Yeah, he should absolutely, people should be held accountable for that shit, because that was a big part of it. And before the fight, Tyson Fury proved that he wore the same gloves as the last fight, and they cut those gloves open.
Yeah.
I mean,
here's the thing about that fatigue stuff. That second fight, Wilder got tired, I think, like in round 2. And I understood why he got tired in the third fight, because Shannon Briggs, shout out to him, he pointed that out, because Deontay Wilder basically in the third fight came out blazing, trying to, hurt Fury. Plus he packed on 8 extra
He was
pounds.
too heavy.
He was heavy.
He was too heavy.
Once Fury hit him and knocked off his equilibrium, then Wilder was fucked. Okay, but that second fight.
Why didn't people maintain that? That was such a higher plausible answer, that he got hit in the equilibrium and then he went drunk. Why didn't people maintain that instead of the whole glove controversy? Because no disrespect to you, John, you have put out some awesome content, but you played into that Glovegate shit a lot. And
I'm a Wilder support at the end of the day. I'm gonna support my guy.
Yeah, but to support Wilder is a separate thing from supporting the decharacterization of somebody else. That's the thing about it to me, is like liking Wilder was at the mercy of shitting on Fury.
Hey, a lot of us were Wilder fans, man.
We can't just blindly believe what somebody says just because we're supporting them. Like if G Funky tells me, right, that the reason he punched the old lady is because she told him a racial slur, I mean, I'm not exactly going to approve of the fact that he hit the old lady, and second, I would be like, what do you mean? Like, what did she say? I would ask him some questions. I'm not just going to say, hey, you're my homie, bro. Fist pump. I support you, Funky. Do whatever you want to do. The hell with that old lady. I'm glad you knocked her out. Absolutely. That's not going to be my approach. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Soul Rebel makes good points. Your fanhood goes so far that you drag other people through the mud, including the sport of boxing. Mark Breland, Tyson Fury got drugged through the mud. Mark Breland got drugged through the mud. And the sport of boxing at the end of the day, because you're accusing the Nevada State Boxing Commission and WBC of being corrupt, So that's how far your fanhood goes for these fighters, that you just drag everybody through the mud.
And I don't know any history that Mark Breland has, or I don't even know the motive that he would have to drug this dude. Like the motive never made sense to me. Oh, he was jealous of me. Like, okay, like what? He's jealous that I'm making money. He's broke. Like, what does that even mean? Like, so you're his only source of income is going to drug you?
Yeah, the real reason why he got fired. The real reason why he got fired, he's doing the town. That's the real reason why he got fired. Believe it or not.
I'm not saying that. I know why he got fired.
Look, I would have had no problem with him coming out and saying
no problem if he said, you know what, we had an agreement. If you throw in the towel, you're fired. I wouldn't say nothing, but he came out and said he was drugged.
Right. And a lot of
water, and he could easily debunk that himself by just giving a hair follicle and doing a test. That goes back further than urine and blood.
Why were we told that he wasn't one handling the water? Like that just came out of nowhere. That's just something that we didn't come up with. That.
What are you saying?
The whole. He's the one that handled the water. Remember that?
Yeah. Well, who handled? No. I think what it was to Breland kind of put himself in a hole. He said he didn't feed water.
The reason Breland said, hold on, Big Dog Willie. He responded to the allegations. He said, I don't even handle the water, is what he said. Okay, him handling the water was a quote unquote proof that he drugged him. Okay,
and it could have been JD's, like you see in this picture right here.
No, I think what I'm just saying what Breland has said that when he said I don't handle the water, and then there's a picture of him giving Deontay Wilder water.
Yeah,
no, I know that.
And that what happens.
But Big
Dog, it made me feel like he was lying.
The point I'm making is,
to me, that little piece of information, like you find out Breland did touch the water bottle at some point. To me, that's not strong enough of anything. That's just playing into your sensibilities already.
So, Reaper, I understand what you're saying.
Because it's already been kind of programmed that, okay, we think he may have done this, and then you see this picture with him holding a water bottle, whatever. That's just playing into your sensibilities. You know
I completely understand what you're saying.
What holds more weight is knowing for a fact Wilder didn't have anything different in his urine. What about that?
So, Rebel, I understand what you're saying.
Let me explain, Big Dog. Well, I'm gonna let you respond, but let me say this real quick, okay? When you said, well, the reason he got fired is because he threw in the towel, bro. I already know that, and I've already acknowledged that.
Well, some people don't. Well, some people don't know that.
No. But here's the thing, though. Why do you think I brought up he's the one that handled the water? Because that was part of the allegation against Mark Breland that was put out there by Wilder's team. Okay, and content creators ran with it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why Breland was asked about it. That's the only reason he said, I don't even handle the water. Right? Now you're making it about, well, but then they saw that he did give him water.
But that's when he said that. Okay, but when he said that, and he handed him water during the fight, it made him look bad. That's what I'm saying. And somebody you take an inch, somebody will run with it a mile.
But that doesn't mean he handled the water. Like
he had water in it. He had the water bottle in it.
Handling the water means water means you're the one that grabs the water. Okay, you're the one that's guarding the water. You're in charge of the water, making sure nobody does any tampering with the water. That's what.
I understand what you're saying. But you remember, if somebody says one thing, and I think he just made a mistake what he meant by that. Or people didn't understand what he meant.
I think
and it got turned around on him.
Was the allegation a mistake?
Allegation of him drugging him?
Yes.
Or drugging him with the water?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that at all. I think that's ridiculous.
Well, that's what we're doing here. And Punch
That's
Drunk
all I
asked a
was
good
asking,
question.
brother.
But what I'm saying is,
we want to hold Deontay accountable for his words. Like that's
what
I'm saying.
That's the bottom line. These guys, listen.
Go ahead.
Let's just say, like I said earlier, if there wasn't any allegation, the third fight wouldn't have been big because Wilder got beat badly in the second fight. I mean, who would care if there were no allegation? Who would be interested in the third fight? No. And basically, the third fight was.
But that's no reason to have allegations to make up lies to promote.
Hold on, let him get it off. Let him get it off, so Rebel. Let him get it off. Go ahead, John.
Here's how I saw it. The third fight, it was for Fury to prove that he did not cheat, and for Wilder to prove that Fury did cheat. And Fury just basically proved that he didn't cheat. Now, for us as fans, we saw a great fight. So that's why to me, all that crap is over with. Fury basically showed everybody and showed the world, that he did not cheat by beating Wilder. Okay,
exactly.
That boxing one.
John Boxing, there you go.
I have a question for you, John Boxing. Let me give you a hypothetical. Let's say I was a boxer, right? And you were my trainer. I lose the fight. Then I tell everybody, John Boxing drugged me. Okay.
I'll be pissed.
And I fire you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I use that to help sell the next fight, and it's a success, right?
That's the same thing with
and I never go back and I never retract what I said. I just pocket my money. Did I do? Is that right?
No, it's not right. But I mean, this is a corrupt sport. I mean, people use racist
You're falling back on fallacies, though, man. You're falling back on fallacies. Like, just because it's a corrupt sport doesn't mean we should insist more corruption. Just because there are things doesn't mean we should create things.
So what's the solution to this? You gonna keep talking about it?
Was Fury in on it?
Because it's very telling. It's very telling. I do think.
What's the solution? We're gonna keep talking about it.
Well. And then move on is my point.
Yeah, and Big Dog Willie, it's only Wednesday, Big Dog Willie. We got a little bit more time, bro. We got a little more time.
No, I'm just saying it's time to move on. It's like the whole Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather thing. It's starting to sound like it's getting old.
Can you
Big
admit
Dog Willie,
Glovegate, the whole
if a
scandal is
girl
bullshit?
accused you of rape,
That's
okay,
not
and
okay.
everybody believed it, and then like let's say he didn't go to court or anything, but then everyone just says, let's just move on.
Okay,
John
so are
Boxing,
you
in
defending? Hold on, are you defending? So you keep bringing this up to basically say Breland didn't do this, and we need to keep hearing it. I don't understand why you keep bringing it up.
There's people that accused him of blatantly said that he drugged Wlider. Okay, Wlider strongly insinuated it and has not retracted it. You don't look.
He'll probably
I know you're
never
saying let's move on.
The
I
lies are bad for the
disagree.
sport,
We're
man. They
not
are.
going to move on, Big Dog Willie.
Okay,
They
but
will
we're
answer.
going to end up talking. You guys going to end up talking about this for the rest of the time. I don't.
What is
Yeah.
Breland saying about it? Breland seems like he don't care about it. He ain't saying nothing about it.
I don't know about
He had
that.
one
I mean,
interview.
he called
Wrong
another
is wrong.
comic creator saying he beat the
He
fuck
could
out of
decide-
Wilder, is
He
what
could
he said.
decide to never speak on it
He did
again.
say that,
Breland could
too.
decide to keep it in the past. Doesn't mean that it's any less wrong.
But I can understand if
fucked
Breland
up.
had a problem with it. I can understand if Breland was, outspoken about it and asking Deontay Wilder, to apologize to him. I can understand. But Breland seemed like he's cool, calm, and collect about it.
Okay,
Hey,
I'm,
John,
You guys
hey,
are more
John.
worried about
I'm
that
getting
than
off the
Breland
panel.
is.
I just want to ask John one question.
What's up, bro?
I'm getting off. Okay, I just want to ask you one question. In hindsight, now that you've seen the third fight, and now that a lot of your speculations, you kind of got answers in hindsight, would you say that the Glovegate scenario was kind of proven to be bullshit?
Yes, and I just said that. Yes, Fury basically ran it back and said, I'm going to beat you up again to prove that I didn't cheat. And I loved it. As a boxing fan, I loved it.
Now, do
I
you
lost my
give
damn voice
Fury
last
any
Saturday
extra
night.
credit as far as now, looking back on it, as a champion, he had to go through the fire of a lot of bullshit and false allegations. because
And
a lot
guess
of
what? And guess what? And guess what?
Yeah.
He gained a lot of respect and
That's
more
what I'm
fans
talking
off of
about.
that,
All
too.
right, I'm cool with that.
That's great to hear, John Boxing. I'm glad that you would come on here and say, you know what, Glovegate was debunked basically with the third fight. I'm glad you said that.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Anytime, man.
All right,
Anytime.
Soul
Thanks for coming
Rebel.
on, Soul Rebel.
All right, man. Hey, I got to cut out too. John Boxing, can I ask you a question as I get out too?
Yeah.
Is it about
thank you, man.
Canelo?
Yes, it is. All right. My question is, all right, bro, you don't really think Plant has a chance, do you? I hear you saying it, but I know you picked Billy Joe Saunders, and I think you were just trolling us. So I just want to know, do you really think Caleb Plant has a chance? Because you're talking like you do, but I
Yes,
don't
I
know
do.
if I believe you. Oh, come on, man. You think so?
Yes.
How's that?
You never know. That's what I'm going off of. This is boxing.
You never know. Hey, fair enough, bro. I'll continue to tune in, man. All right, you guys. Have a good night.
All right, you guys.
I like
Peace.
that answer. You never know.
I think Caleb Plant got a chance too, man.
I think so, too.
I thought he had a chance until I seen Canelo slap the shit out of him. Then I was like,
I'm
oh
going
man,
to the
I
weights,
don't know
guys.
about this.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Hey, John,
Cool.
before you go, man, just know this, man. Look, the platform like this is open anytime. Monday nights I'm live. Anytime you want to come on, just ask me for a link, man. Whether you agree or disagree, you can come on. You've been respectful. We've given you an opportunity to speak uninterrupted for most of the time. I had a few people on here that normally don't come on, so I appreciate you coming on, man.
All right, no problem, guys. You have a good night, man.
All right, you too, man.
All right, John.
All right.
Now, I do want to say, Big Dog Willie, nobody said we're going to talk about it forever. I mean, the fight just ended on Saturday night. You know what I mean? So,
No, it just sounds like, well, until he says sorry, then we're gonna keep talking about it. I'm like, come on, man.
no, well, you
That
know
ain't
what
never
I mean?
happened.
Like I'm not just gonna let it go. Well, it was a great fight. It is what it is, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Well, and look, in reality, we just spent a whole year dragging Fury through the mud. So why can't we spend a few days trying to give him his credit and make things right? I think for a whole year, this dude got accused of being a cheater.
You know why?
How I look at it is this: I wasn't in that whole realm of just cheat. He did this. He wore gloves. He had 8 weights in them and all this other. He put magic potion or hemlock in his water. I wasn't saying all that. So to me, even when on the other channels, you guys say, are these channels, when they start talking about that, I'm like, I'm trying to do something else,
Right.
But it's like right now, after this third fight, it's closure. It's truly closure for me. It doesn't. The fight's over. The trilogy's over. Hopefully, if they do fight again, Wilder's 36 years old, 37 years old. It's not going to happen. So I'm just kind of, it was exhausting for the last year for me. It was.
I do agree that it's been exhausting, and but at the end of the day, I mean, look, I'm going to be really honest with you right now, okay? And this is not like not towards you or anything like that. Just this really to everybody, right? When it comes to this Mark Brilliant thing, like I get that there's people saying, time to move on. Like there's going to be a time where I'm just naturally not going to be talking about it anymore, obviously, right? Because there's more fights coming, more shit to talk about, right? But this is just fresh, like you know what I mean? This is like fresh stuff. The fight
is really fresh. Is it really fresh? Because nobody's really talking about Mark Breland right now.
Well, conveniently though. They're conveniently not talking about Mark Breland right now.
Only person bringing Mark
I'm not going to allow
Maestro.
people that made assertions pretend like they didn't say it. That's why I'm reminding them that they said it, and I'm saying, where's the proof? You said the proof was going to be released. Where is it? That's what I'm saying. Right. Yeah, obviously, if they plead the fifth, there's nothing. I understand there's nothing we can do about that, right? But at the end of the day, people have different energy when they know they're being watched, when they know there's going to be a response, and they know if they could be fact checked or whatever it is, right? I understand you say there's nothing you can do. I disagree with that. I do believe to a certain degree, all right, people watch what they say naturally, okay, if they know they're going to be called out for what they say. Silence is not golden, actually. Silence, okay, it's not going to do anything, right?
But who do you want? Who do you exactly do you want to come out and say that this is what I don't understand? Who do you want to come out and exactly say, "Oh, this was wrong"?
Deontay Wilder.
Yes, those are his words. We have to hold him accountable.
So you want Deontay Wilder to say it?
Yes, and it's funny. I predict.
And so until he says it, you guys just gonna keep talking about it.
No, that's not. I'm not saying I'm going to keep talking about it for the rest of time, bro. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm going to stop talking about it when I want to stop talking about it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I think that, like I said, there's it's just boxing. That chapter's over.
So there's
more. I don't.
For how long are you going to talk about it? For as long as I feel like it.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying. From my opinion,
I think they're going to talk about it until the Canelo fight.
I hope so.
And I'm going to be honest with you right now, right? I don't think the gates are over. I think there's going to be some more gates, to be honest with you. And we're not the ones initiating it. We're just the ones saying, don't start it, because then you're going to, if they start pushing more narratives, okay, just in general, the Wilder hardcores, and they start pressing the Dante Boxing Nation, the Aki, some members of the LDBC, and they start pushing narratives, right? And then we're going to have to be like, okay, that's not right. And then we're going to have to respond to it. And then you're going to get mad, right? You're going to be like, why are you guys talking about this? So I hope that they don't start it.
Yeah.
I think what it is for me, what it is for me is that some of the stuff that, I'll bring this up. Sorry, G Funky, but when it came to the about Valdez taking him not doing the legal stuff, and you're firmly defending what it was and why you can do it and all this other stuff, and then you have the other side, it's like, well, still cheating, and you're like, well, it's not that much cheating, and it shouldn't matter, and you still get, when you're saying all that, and I literally said, I don't know if I said the BFTD or something like that. I was like, man, they don't say what they want to say. It doesn't matter. He's still fighting.
Okay. Well, here's
and so what I'm trying to say is this. It's like it makes somebody like me who enjoys listening to you guys talk, and I come to your channel and you guys are talking about what BFTV said the hour before you guys, and then I had to listen to what somebody else said, but you guys said the night before. It gets when there's a big fight, when it's like a whole bunch of fights. Canelo,
if people come on and say that Valdez is on the juice, right? That's completely wrong. He did not take steroids. That's completely false. 100% false. He did not take steroids.
Did he cheat?
Here's the thing, right? I believe a lot of our stances were pretty clear. Like I said that he should have been suspended, right?
I said the same thing.
Right. G-Funky said he should be suspended as well, right? But like he took a stimulant that if USADA was doing the testing, USADA wouldn't have done anything.
See, listen to it. See, but this is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. If USADA no, he cheated. He knew what he was in. He wasn't in USADA. He was in for a different drug program. He cheated.
No, I'm not arguing against you whether he cheated or he didn't.
So don't try to say, if he was in this one.
No. I'm not trying to say anything. I said what I said. What did I say?
We were debunking the steroid accusations. People were making memes of him with bodybuilders, his face on a bodybuilder saying he's on the juice. This is a masking agent.
Did he take an anabolic steroid? Like, yes or no?
Did
he take an anabolic steroid?
No, but he just no. He took a fat burner basically.
But we're saying, guys, it's not a steroid. We're not being incorrect. That's a true statement.
I agree with Big Dog Willie. I agree with Big Dog Willie on this one, though. It's all the same to me. I don't really separate them, guys. It's all the same.
And that's fine. And guess what?
Steroids to me is all the same.
Say it, right? But
I mean, I'm going to believe a toxicologist over anybody when they say it's not anabolic.
But it's the fact that you're the
Black and Brown.
Go ahead.
Black and Brown. Did I say he didn't cheat?
No, you never said he didn't cheat. You were just clarifying the difference. You were just clarifying the difference in what he actually took.
So here's the thing. So we need to be clear, right? If I stated that he should have been suspended, do I believe it? I'm basically saying he cheated, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now when I put things in perspective, like if the same type of testing Mayweather used, was done, this would have been a non-story, right? Don't we all have to kind of talk to ourselves and ask ourselves, why is that? Why is it that USADA doesn't consider cheating, but VADA does? Now, they use VADA, so 100%, I'm in agreement that rules are rules. You knew the banned substance. You took it, regardless of anything. You cheated. You should be suspended. I believe he should have been stripped, right? But if all I'm saying is it wasn't an anabolic steroid, it wasn't HGH, that's just a factual statement.
Yeah, but I think what it also comes on, why would you lie about it too? And that was the kicker.
Well, here's another thing. In the report that I read in the video, it says that there is a strong chance that it could have been an accidental exposure. Now, I don't believe that. And I also said on the initial video I made about Valdez that whatever they hold him accountable for, it is what it is. Whether they strip him, whether they suspend him, whether they take away his purse of the fight, it is what it is. Now, they didn't do that. They went with WADA's rules, right? Because WADA just does the testing. So they decided to let the fight go on. But again, I was only responding to the accusations that the man was on juice. A toxicologist said it's not anabolic, and he said that it can't be used as a masking agent.
I remember those conversations with you.
He just took the stimulant to lose weight.
I know. I remember the conversation. And I explained that we went back and forth with you about that, and I didn't say anything about him not using. My whole deal was like about him cheating, and then him lying about it. Oh, it might have been it was a tea I drunk.
That's bullshit. I don't believe that. And I said that.
But it was just the fact that it sounded like you guys and what's his name? Abib or Kabab or whatever his name is. He was going on with it. And I was like, and then somebody brought up Canelo, like, well, Canelo, here's I'm like, dude, he fucking cheated. Quit it. Stop it. That's what it means.
Can you highlight Darkness Has Fallen's comment? It's a good
Hold on,
comment.
let me go back.
It's a good comment.
Right here.
Well, because we don't like. Look, here's the thing, right?
That's
how do you guys know for a fact if VADA is better than USADA? Like, how do you know that?
We don't.
I just think they should all be on the same drug testing.
Yeah,
they should.
So would you like UFC does USADA for all their fights, right? So we just do USADA for everybody.
Whatever they choose, USADA, VADA.
So if they chose USADA, then you would then say Valdez didn't cheat then?
Because they would
under USADA rules, it wouldn't have been cheating.
If he would have passed, then he passed. If he fails, he fails. Whatever it is.
I mean, that's my point. We're just putting things in perspective. That's all we're doing.
And
right?
here's another thing that's not being pointed out is the fact
But you can't change it midstream. That's the problem.
No,
I'm
no,
not
no. Big
cheating
Dog Willie.
anything. It's called putting things
Yeah.
in perspective, Big Dog Willie.
Big
When
Dog.
you say, "Oh, cheating is cheating," that's like, look, if I get accused of rape, okay, hey, D-Style raped that woman, and then later you find out that, oh no, he did sexually assault her, but he just slapped her in the ass in the middle of the mall, right? Now you would still say that's wrong, but would you then say, no, rape is rape?
No, that's not. No, that's not how the rule is. There's a set of
levels to
rules. There's a set
cheating.
of rules,
A stimulant is not the same as an
but it's
anabolic.
in the rule book.
That's
It's
under
in the rule
VADA.
book.
But Big Dog, here's what you're missing. VADA, it's under VADA's rules, right? And they only do the testing. The commission goes with WADA.
I know,
two
but it
different
doesn't.
things.
Okay, it doesn't matter who does the testing. If it's in the ban list, you don't take it.
It's not. It's not on WADA ban list, Big Dog. That's
It
why
was
it
in
doesn't matter.
It was in Von's ban list, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes, but not on WADA. They use WADA.
So okay.
Can I say something real quick? Big Dog, you're confusing the following, okay? I think in your mind, you're saying that we are, or I'll speak for myself, like, oh, D-Style's okay with it. I'm not okay with it, but when you say it doesn't matter, obviously it does, because the fight still happened, right? That's the protocol that they went by. I'm not saying I'm okay with that, okay? I've already said on record he should have been suspended. He should have stripped him, right? But like, what do you want us to do? Like what's the ultimate point? Like, when you say, "Why shouldn't it happen?" Like you see how like you're giving your opinion, right, about the fight, and you're voicing out about Valdez and how you feel about it. I want you to keep feeling that, because that's your opinion. You have every right to it, right? Well, that's how I feel about the Mark Brilliant situation.
I know,
So
but I
just
don't
like
put.
Valdez, how long ago was the Valdez fight?
How long ago was it? That's why I
Weeks
brought it
ago,
up.
right?
That's why it wasn't. It was less than the Brilliant situation.
Right. Okay. So and you're still bringing it up, which is I'm 100%
Exactly.
okay with
Exactly. But why you still? But I'm doing the same thing. You're bringing up the same thing.
No,
You're bringing up
I'm
Brilliant
saying
thing. I did
it's okay
that.
if you do
I
it,
did
and
that
it's
just to
okay
do
if I
it.
do it.
Huh?
It's okay if you bring it up. There's no like. In other
But
words, there's
I
no
don't-
statute of limitations on
No,
how long.
I know
can
there's no
bring up-
statute of limitation, but I'm just saying it's like
Well, what is the
I'm
statute
bringing
of
it up because
limitations?
there's no need to
How
bring it
long
up no
is
more.
it
It's
about?
done, and passed. I'm not going to sit there and discuss it over and over again.
We need another
Big
hot
Dog,
topic, Big Dog. We need another hot
Come on,
topic.
man.
I think
We need a hot topic.
It's going to be Canelo. Canelo's going to have to take over, man. Because
I mean,
until then,
I'll say this, man, because I want to wrap it up here in a minute. I'll say this, just like I got the expert about the gloves to come on and talk to me about the gloves. I studied about the expert, and the expert gave an interview to Bad Left Hook, and he said it does not have the same effect on your body as anabolic steroids, and it can't be used to mask anything. And that's the accusations that were out there. They were saying that he was on juice. When you say somebody's on juice, that means they're on steroids.
And you mentioned Joe Habib, right? Big Dog Willie.
Joel B was talking about the Canelo thing,
Hold
and he
on,
was way off on that.
Victor Conte, okay, because you always talk about how suspicious you are of Fury. Well, I assume you're going to be suspicious of Victor Conte and anybody taking his supplements, okay? But Victor Conte, okay, was actually confronted by Beeb on Twitter, and Beeb told him that some of your supplements actually do a better job at doing than the substance that Valdez took. It does the same thing. What is the difference? You know what his
Was it on the
response
ban list? It's on the ban list.
That's all he could say. Well, my stuff is illegal. But you know who Victor Conte works with?
I know who Victor Conte. But still, was it on the ban list?
It wasn't.
Listen to what I said.
Okay, so that's the problem.
If you want to make an argument of technicality, that's fine.
No. But no. What I'm saying is that
are you morally against people taking supplements that help them, or are you just going to go by technicalities? If something does the same thing,
because
it's more
I
effective.
No, because the reason why I said B, because he was trying to say that Canelo's situation was exactly the same as what's the name situation, as that situation. He brought that up, and I was like, oh, no, you're really full of shit now. So, that's the reason why I brought him up.
All I could say about the Canelo situation, they did take a hair follicle, okay, and they did.
I debunked that too, and that was yeah. I actually went into that with somebody else, and that hair follicle sample was past due to time of the that it was out of his system by the time the hair follicle system got hair follicle got out of his head. It was out of the system. So that was debunked.
I don't know. I would like to see your report.
Yeah, it was 3 months. Yeah, he took it more than 3 months after.
Please email me your report, okay, your scientific report about how you debunked that. I would like to see it. I would like to review it.
I will.
Okay,
I will.
like a peer review does, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, I will. I can tell you. I can tell you exactly. Yeah, I will.
Are you in disagreement with the toxologist when he says that phentermine is not a steroid and that it can't be used as a maxing agent?
No, I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I'm saying that he still cheated. That's all I'm saying.
What I think G Funky and D Style are putting context into the whole situation when people are just trying to throw allegations out there and saying this and saying that. D Style and G Funky are bringing context to the situation. And when it comes to me, I really don't care if he pops dirty, he pops dirty. Steroids, PEDs, I lump them all together. And I think
I'm with you. I'm with you. So,
and I agree with what was it? Darkness Has Fallen. What he said. I forgot the exact. I'm going to misquote him. I know, but basically what it is this: there's a lot of fighters that aren't taking tests right now.
Yes. Yep.
And nobody talks about that. You know, if they really wanted to clean up this sport, they would make every single fucking fighter test. They do it in other sports, but they don't do it here because you know why? Because they don't give a fuck. To be honest with you. They don't care. They don't want to clean up the sport. And this whole notion about how if you take PEDs or you're going to kill somebody, like that's nonsense too. We've seen guys juiced up on actual steroids and get beat up by a guy who's not on juice.
Yeah, but that's not. But still, that's not the way
it works.
That's not. But it's not. It's still not fair. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
If we care so much about these dirty tests and these guys popping, then we should care a lot more about guys who are not testing at all.
Yeah. I agree. If you're gonna try to make changes in the sport, make everybody test.
By the way, Valdez is not the first guy that tested positive, and then some strings were pulled, and then all of a sudden, they quote unquote, said, "Oh no, we did a review, blah blah blah," because Mayweather failed some tests, and they swept those under the rug.
How do we know Mayweather failed tests? I don't. Who knows that?
There's documentation about it.
Where?
Paperwork.
I had to look that up. I have not seen that.
I ask you this, Big Dog. Shane Mosley beat Oscar
as Hauser reported, a mixture of saline and vitamins administered in violation of the WADA policy. About 16% of the body's total blood supply is a bigger deal than it may seem to on the surface. It's not saline solution against the rules. It's the underlying possibilities that make it a problem. Yada yada yada. I'll go ahead and I'll send you this report. I mean, it was reported.
Are you talking about the whatchamacallit or about Mayweather?
Mayweather.
I'll look it up. I'll look it up myself.
I'm not saying Mayweather did shit. I'm just saying that if you fail, you fail. Rules are rules. Ban test. It's on the list. A cheater's a cheater. If that's the simple thinking we have, then we got.
What I'm saying is, if it's not on the list, or if it is on the list, if you know that you're not supposed to take that supplement, then don't take it.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree. 100%.
I'm not disagreeing. I think we both said he should have been stripped and he should have been suspended.
Stripped.
Shane Mosley he admitted himself to use an EPO against Oscar De La Hoya in 2002, I believe. What do you think should happen to him? Should he have been rewarded a loss in that fight and Oscar De La Hoya win? Because he did win that fight and he was on juice.
Okay, but I brought his name up way earlier.
No, but I said
that he lost his reputation has been soiled by that.
So what do you think should happen with people that use steroids and they get busted like that and they win a fight?
They get in trouble. They got suspension, and their legacy is going to be spoiled.
So they should be.
What about when Mayweather used a banned IV?
Okay, so this is fluids. But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. You got to bring up stuff. Did he get test negative? I mean, did he test positive for any banned substances?
You said cheating is cheating. If it's
I'm asking you a question. Did he get? I said if you test dirty, then you should get it. Did he test dirty?
There are reports that he did have some high.
Or did he test dirty?
Well, here's the thing: like USADA said, his levels were high, but everything's okay. They said. So, I mean,
USADA said that, right? So that was he. So USADA said that. Did he get tested?
USADA said that, right? And USADA also said that Valdez is good to go too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not with USADA. He's with Vada. He with Vada. He with Vada, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay, let's say I agree with you. Let's say I agree with you. It doesn't matter, right? Cheating is cheating. If you're not allowed to take IV before, after a weigh-in, and Mayweather used IV, is that cheating?
Did he get caught? Did he get caught?
With a needle in his
Did he get caught? Did he get a positive? Did he get a positive thing? Did you started? Did he get suspended? Did he get positive? So what I'm saying is this: until somebody get tested dirty.
So they have to get busted then for you to believe it. Because why would Floyd need an IV? Why was he so dehydrated?
I don't know why Floyd need IV.
First of all, it's not allowed by look.
Can't do that. Number one.
Did Floyd get suspended?
If you're gonna say no, cheating is cheating. That's it. No way around it.
No. I'm saying if you get this, is what I'm saying. Cheating is cheating. I don't agree with it is. If Floyd did that and Floyd was cheated, he should have been banned. But he didn't. But it didn't get caught. It didn't say that. It didn't happen.
Caught. Gotcha.
Yeah. G Funky. Yeah. Let me answer your question really quick. Yeah. For me, they have to get caught because I hate the fact that Devin Haney is in bed with Victor Conte. I absolutely fucking hate it. I don't want Devin Haney nowhere around Victor Conte. But until he gets caught, you know what I mean, we can't really blame him, you know what I mean, for cheating. But I don't like Victor Conte around none of these boxers.
If Devin Haney is taking supplements, right, that are more effective at enhancing performance than some of the illegal drugs on the banned substance, right? Is that right?
No, it's not right. No,
Okay.
It's not right. No, it's not right. That's
So
why I don't like Victor
either
Conte.
people need to
That's
take
why I
a
don't like
moral
Victor
stance
Conte.
about it or not.
That's why I
Right?
don't
'Cause
like Victor Conte around none of these boxers.
that's why I don't like the technicality stance. I take a moral stance behind it.
I hear you. I just until he actually popped dirty, I can't really accuse them or label them as cheats until they actually pop. And let me say this too. I thought Oscar Valdez should have been stripped and suspended, but once he serves his suspension and he tests clean, I don't think we should label him as a cheat for the rest of his career. I don't think we should do that to these guys neither. One dirty test, I don't think that just labels them as cheats for the rest of their career. I don't think we should go that far.
No, I mean Oscar Valdez. I think I'll call him a cheater because he shouldn't have been. He knew better, and I think and then he lied. It was the lying part that kind of got me.
I'll say this because I want to close it out, man.
Yeah, I have to go.
I appreciate you coming on, Big Dog. I know you're at work and everything.
Yeah, I have to bounce out
to Big Dog. Shout out to Big Dog in his 2-hour break, man.
The longest
break ever.
Hey, and I'm in I need to go. All right,
it's all good, Big Dog, man. It's all good,
man.
Brother.
Thanks for coming on, bro. Look, I'll say this in closing, man. If they really wanted to clean up boxing, they would make every single guy test, regardless of who they are, what they do, whatever. But they don't. And in my opinion, they don't do it because they don't give a fuck, man. They just don't. They really don't care. That's just my take. And look, I have a different opinion on steroids than most people do. And I mean, that could be another discussion for another time, because I got to wrap this thing up, man. It's getting pretty late. But Black and Brown, hey, man, if you want to say anything, any last words, man, go ahead, bro.
Hey, G Funky, I appreciate you having me on the show. I had to check myself. I kind of forgot where I was. I know when I come on your panel, I gotta be, be on my P's and Q's, and I gotta act right. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So I had to check myself real quick, man. So my bad for coming in, all aggressive and shit.
Here's what I'll tell you: when we do the actual shows, like Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, when they're actual shows, then that's when we want structure. But see something like this, it doesn't matter. This is not going to go on the podcast. The reason why we enforce that is because when we do the shows, we upload them for people to listen to on their headphones at work and stuff like that. We don't want shouting back and forth and things like that because people aren't going to want to listen to that at work. They want to hear what everybody's got to say. But something like this, that doesn't matter.
Nah, and I got nothing but respect for Big Dog, man. I get caught up in these passionate boxing conversations, man. I just get caught up. But man, look at this is Sacramento, California, man. I love it. I love it right now, G Funky. Sacramento, California, baby. And yeah,
Exactly,
Run
man.
TMP is right, baby. We're taking that home tomorrow,
Hey,
baby. That's right, man. Shout out to Run PMC. Shout out to the whole HCP, Sacramento, California, Black and Brown Boxing. I'm out.
That's right, man. Make sure you guys subscribe to my homeboy from the same neighborhood, man, in Sacramento, Black and Brown Boxing. And that's right, man. The Giants better take it, man. Stephen, that's what I'm saying, man. There should be no exceptions to anybody not testing if they want to clean the shit up. It shouldn't be voluntary. It should not be voluntary. They should just make the fighters do it, you know. But I want to say thanks to everybody that joined: Soul Rebel, Big Dog Willie, John Boxing, Chicano Prophet, Black and Brown, D-Style Boxing, and all you guys who stayed up late with me in the chat. I appreciate it. And yeah, we're gonna wrap this thing up, man. So make sure if you're new to the channel, you like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm out.